Salute, 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 and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back over here to the Black Ocean. You're now swimming in the deep end with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get started here tonight, because we have to cover some very important things, and you saw the title and the thumbnail, recognizing and countering op tactics, okay? We have to cover this in a range of different ways with a range of different subjects. But before we get started tonight, give me a thumbs up in the chat. If everybody can hear the audio okay, you know how PewTube tries to do it over here. So if we having any audio issues, I want to get that worked out quick, fast, and in a hurry before we get into the subject matter here tonight. Let me see a couple of thumbs up if y'all can hear me okay. All right, I'm looking in the chat room now. Okay, I see my moderator Quee thumbs up in here. Okay, cool. With that said, let me go ahead and greet the people that I see joining us in here tonight. I see Jesse Paris for Denver Mayor. I see Miss Decatur. Oh, what's going on, sister? V. Mosby, welcome to you, good sister. Brother Michael Williams, my moderator Quee, Nate Nelson. Welcome to everybody that'll be joining us. My brother Dwayne Williams, I see you in here, family. But yes, tonight, family, we're going to be covering a range of different things regarding the subject matter of recognizing and countering op tactics, because we're going to cover the TI Boosie situation. We're going to cover a lot of things here tonight from a couple of different perspectives that a couple of people have not even thought about looking at these things from, because it's a reoccurring thing and it's a detriment in our community when we don't learn how to recognize and counter these things. Okay. So what you're looking at on the screen here, it's a quote from Sun Tzu. If you have not picked up The Art of War and read that book cover to cover, I suggest that you do it. It is one of the most essential reading tools that I think all Black people should keep on their shelves, in addition to Dr. Neely Fuller Jr.'s work, okay, Claude Anderson's Powernomics series, The 48 Laws of Power, so on and so forth. But this quote by Sun Tzu says, "In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity." Now, why am I choosing to show you that quote here tonight as we open this broadcast? Well, let's break down what Sun Tzu meant, okay? In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity on both sides. The opponent's side, okay, that you're fighting against, and there's opportunity on your side, all right? Both sides can learn something from those encounters, okay? And the one that learns the most and is the most prepared will end up getting the victory 9 times out of 10, okay? So that's the thing I want you to keep in mind here tonight, because we're going to be addressing some goofy tethers too that call themselves trying to instigate some things. I'm going to show y'all something about that. Oh, we're going to cover several different things here tonight, because see, one of the things I like to use my platform for is to arm you with a different thought process that will help you recognize certain types of things early on before they become a detriment and a problem to you. Okay, especially if you're out here doing grassroots work. And before we even get started here, one thing I want everybody to be aware of, I don't care what you're doing, where you're working, what you're working on, where in the nation or in the world for that matter, none of us are going to agree 100% on everything, okay? I see a lot of times what ends up happening is the things that we don't agree on overshadow the things that we do agree on, okay? And that will remain stagnant, arguing over what we don't agree on. The other groups in our society that are classified as white over here in America working against us, they don't get stuck on what they don't agree on. They focus on, okay, if we disagree on 40%, sit this 40% to the side and focus on this 60% that we do agree on, okay? So that's the context we're going to be analyzing this here from tonight. So I hope that everybody is prepared to learn something, because, see, it is high time somebody really called out this Vlad TV situation. Oh, yeah, Vlad, I'm going to get you tonight, buddy. I got to get you, and I'm going to do it the right way. And before we get started, salute to my brother, Nathaniel. Let's see. Let me make sure I got your name right. Nathaniel L. Nelson. Welcome, man. Thank you for the cash out, my brother. Appreciate that. Your name will definitely go on the community tab after the broadcast, about an hour or so, unless you request to remain anonymous. I do that for everybody as a show of appreciation. So, family, with that being said, I'm going to play the audio part of the clip that everybody's talking about with Boosie, you know, as far as what he said about TI on that bastard, that culture vulture Vlad show. Now, before I even play the clip, let me make a statement about that, right? Family, when it comes to people like Vlad TV, and my brother probably don't want me bragging on him because he's a very humble guy, but I'm going to do it anyway because he's a very talented brother. Let me tell you something. We don't have no business going on a platform like Vlad TV when we got intelligent, wise, well-researched brothers like Dewan B. Yes, brother Dewan B. I'm going to brag on you, brother. That brother is a musical historian as well as a very talented comedian, whether you know that or not. Very talented. When we have brothers like that in our community, man, we should take all of our talents over to their platforms. But see, when you have that white man's ISIS code of mentality, everybody want to run to Vlad. I'm going to make a statement that's going to piss Vlad and a lot of other people off. Let me tell you something, man. There are certain people, and we're going to cover a lot of them here tonight in this broadcast. There are certain people that do not belong in our culture at all. See, I'm going to go ahead and tell you something. If you are a disrespectful person, especially if you're a part of dominant society, you should never even have access to what we got going on in Black American culture. You shouldn't. That's right. I said it. See, when you start talking like that, a lot of people take issue with that. You have a lot of people that have this, well, we can't be like that. No, we got to include everybody. And I'm like, no, that's the problem right now. That's exactly what a lot of the disrespect that we get as foundational Black Americans stems from. See, other groups and other cultures, they make you pay to have access to their culture or they exclude you from it altogether. It's certain things you can't even pay to get access to in different people's culture. And rightly so. I don't have a problem with that. See, we the only group of people, some of us are the only group of people, as a collective, I'm saying, that think we have to include everybody. And then when we let people in, they disrespect you. So before we get into the subject matter here tonight, I want y'all to think about it this way, family. In case anybody think I'm being harsh or going too hard in the paint early on, let me ask you something. Those of you in here that are homeowners, okay? Wherever you living at, it's your place. It's all yours. Your name is on the mortgage, lease, whatever the case may be. Our culture is our house. Now, imagine in your home, you invite a guest into your home, and then they come in and they go ahead and have themselves a Rick James moment. Yeah, fuck your couch. Yeah, see, that's pretty much what it's been. We done let all these other groups come in and they telling us fuck our couch with their muddy shoes all over our couches. Now, I'm always an advocate of this. I'm like, okay, you came in and you got disrespectful. Now I got to grab you by the back of your neck like Uncle Phil did in the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and toss your ass outside. That's what we got to start doing, family. I'm telling you. Look, you teach people how to treat you. I've said that many times on this channel. That was in the world long before I came into it. And if we don't make people respect us, we end up getting disrespected because why should they stop? Think about it. I'll give you this analogy before we get into our subject matter here tonight. Consider this. If you robbed a bank, okay? If somebody robbed a bank and you went in there, let's just say you got you a couple $1 million out of there. All right, yeah. You wait about 2-3 months, you come back to that same bank, you rob it again. There's no security. The police don't come after you or nothing. Why would you stop robbing the bank? You see what I'm saying? That's how Black society is looked at by other cultures. When it comes to some of these hard-headed sisters, yeah, I'm going here, because the brother Tyrone Muhammad up there in Chicago wasn't the only one that had this problem. When the Asians started whipping your ass in their nail shops, we told a lot of you to stay up out of there, and you're still going in there anyway instead of supporting other Black women that have businesses. You see what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff got to stop, man. That's got to stop, because why would I ever stop disrespecting you when you're silly enough to keep giving me your money? Okay. So that's one of the references one of the aspects I'm going to be coming at from these issues we raised here tonight. So what I'm going to do, we're going to analyze what Boosie was saying, and we're going to break down exactly what the problem was with all the stuff that he was talking about. Because see, man, a couple of people have touched on this, man, but I think a lot of people be trying to hold back because they like certain people and stuff like that. I'm not, I ain't even finna play that game. So what we gonna do, I'm gonna let this audio play. Fair use, fuck you and everything you stand for. Culture Vulture Vlad, that's right. We finna tear him apart tonight. And by the time this broadcast is over, what I lay out, if anybody keeps supporting that, you're gonna automatically know who off code in our society. So I want y'all to put your listening ears on if you hadn't heard this already, and we're going to break this down.
With the TI situation, if he did that, you're a fucking rat too. I don't spare no motherfucking body. Because if you doing anything wrong, you doing anything criminal-wise, and you cooperate with law enforcement to get you out of trouble, that means you're cooperating. That means you're a rat. But I'm going to tell you like this. When I saw that, I think T.I. fucking lying. I think he went up there and just got the fucking talking. You think something happened at 18 years old, right? You gonna hold how vocal he is. I've been around this. You gonna hold that in all them damn time. All this damn time for 20-something years, you gonna hold that in, and it finally came out?
Why admit to that, though?
Why admit to the after? Like, bro, this what I'm saying. T.I., he's saying this happened early in his career.
Right.
Like, when all this was going around with the shit, what they said he on the
when he got busted with the guns.
With the
So we're gonna pause right here before we even finish up with this clip, right? Family, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna piss a lot of people off, and I really don't give a damn about pissing folks off, because whatever I say online and on this microphone, I'll say it offline to your face. So I really don't have an issue with people being pissed off. Better to be pissed off than be pissed on. Let me tell you something I'm sick of seeing, particularly from those of us who are foundational Black American men. This pisses me off, and we can't keep doing this. Family, when it comes to Vlad or anybody in the dominant society, I don't care what issue I have with my brother or my sister, okay? I don't care whether that's somebody on the grassroots. I don't care whether it's a full-blown coon like a Larry Elder, Roland Martin, Jesse Lee Peterson. In certain things, I'm not going to talk on nobody in the dominant society's platform about, and I'm not going to talk to you about that. You know why? Because even if you taking my side on the issue, that's family business. It's up to me, especially as a foundational Black American man, to handle that business. So when it comes to platforms like Vlad, and just listen to all the questions Vlad asks, because look, I'm just going to say it. If you don't know by now, the motherfucker is the feds, okay? That bastard is working with them folks, and all these Black people that keep going on there. See, let me tell you the mindset, and I want y'all to listen to this before we play the rest of this audio. All the Black people that keep going on that show, especially after his comments about the minister, if you wasn't done with him before then, you should have been done with him then, but he really never should have gotten the gate. A lot of Black people just want to go out their way to have this camaraderie, this non-existent camaraderie with people in the dominant society. Think about it. What is it? And see, it's one thing, and ladies, don't take this to heart, but I'm making a point here, so bear with me. It's one thing if a woman is conned into thinking Zaddy is somebody to confide in because she's attracted to him, because that's what a lot of the bed wench class does. But for a man, a straight heterosexual man, what is this comfort that you feel where you talking about all kinds of street business, all kinds of, even not eating anything connected to the street, you talk about your legitimate business? What fool is so comfortable where you think, yeah, let me go and talk to this white man? See, I got to give our brother Jason Black credit. He said, if you don't want to know the truth about something from a Black person, sit them in front of a white person. Oh, the truth gonna come out then. I got to give it to that brother and give him credit for that, because he's absolutely right. But see, my issue is this. See, I was raised here in the South, okay? We didn't never see white people like that by and large, just like, yeah, let me just get so comfortable with Mr. Charlie and Miss Ann and just tell all my business. For what? See, for me, I'm just gonna see it plain. And white folks, I don't give a damn if you get mad or not, because I'm talking to my people. Down here, we look at you crazy when we do that. Most of us with sense. Now, you got a few little ignorant Negroes around here that's what they do, but for the most part, we're not really trying to tell them nothing, because they don't run around and tell us their business like that. See, watch this. We're going to make this stick tonight. You show me the equivalent Black platform where white artists and white business people from the white society come onto a black person platform and just start telling them all their personal business, the beef they had with people, all kinds of legal stuff they probably been involved in. See, you can't name that. In fact, but no, let me not make assumptions. Can anybody in the chat room name a black platform where white artists go on there and repeatedly tell all their personal business, whether it's past or current dealings with other white people? I'm going to ask the question instead of making an assumption, because I want y'all to tell me where that platform exists. I would like to see this platform because, hey, maybe there's one out there. Let me ask everybody that's joining us here tonight. Can anybody in the chat room tell me where is the black platform where people from the dominant society or any culture go on there and tell all their culture's personal business? Like Vlad get these silly Negroes to do. I'm looking down here. Let me see. Okay. People saying never, none, doesn't exist. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Just trying to check to make sure, that I didn't miss anything. Cause us Gen Xers, we getting old, man. And sometimes we behind the times on stuff. So now that I know I'm not missing anything and I'm not out of my mind by just saying that, because, people like to tell me I don't know nothing, like on the last broadcast. But since that doesn't exist, that beckons something for us to examine here, family. See, when it comes to recognizing and countering op tactics, you know what the first op often is? See, we expect it externally, but the first op is often internal. Oh, yeah, I'm going there with it. The first op is often internal, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that. When you have goofy Negroes like Boosie, who is not a very smart man, this is a dumb ass man. Yes, he is. He's very stupid. And I'm going to say something else. T.I. is not much smarter than him either. Yo, we going here tonight. Oh, we going to go here and I'm going to prove my point why neither one of them are very intelligent. And it's not just them. I'm not just picking on them. Their props is for all the other jackasses that went on Vlad TV show. Because, see, I'm going to say it and I'm going to give him props. The most intelligent person that I seen appear on Vlad's show was Pee Wee Longway. Oh, yeah. Pee Wee, when he got asking Pee Wee them crazy questions, nah, Shot, I just like the color blue, Shot. I don't know what you're talking about, Vlad. I mean, Pee Wee was like, nah, boy, you ain't even get me caught up like that. I know Vlad was mad as hell, boy. I mean, he probably figured, yeah, I'm going to get some good information out of him. He probably had went and got his donuts and went and talked to the FBI and the CIA and all the other alphabet boys like, hey, we finna get his whole jail. Man, Pee Wee was like, look here, bro. Pee Wee was like, man, it's just a color, man. I don't know what you're talking about. And see, if you're going to go on there, that's how you do it. I don't care what you say about Pee Wee. I don't know none of his music or nothing, man. But I give him credit on that. He had more sense than anybody else that I seen appear on this motherfucking Vlad TV platform. You see some of these people going on there, they get to telling everything. Then the next thing you know, it's a case on everybody. And then everybody, how that happened? Well, maybe you shouldn't have took your dumb ass on this show. And look, I done seen people on there, man, who I had, because I'm going to tell you right now, if I see you go on the show, I just lose respect for you. I've seen a lot of people that I had a lot of respect for go on this platform. Now, some of them had sense enough not to go back on there. Okay, I give them a pass, but the people that just keep going back on there, talking about all kind of personal history, street business, they own personal business. I'm like, what make you think you can trust this white boy so much, man? Huh? When did that become the thing to do? Because see, look, for those of us down here in the South, we looking at all these niggas like, man, what's going on? Well, that ain't what we do. When did that become the thing to do? That's what I'm saying. So when you have a jackass like Boosie, I'm like, yeah, I'm saying it. I got to say what it is. When you have a jackass like Boosie, you already know that you're not the sharpest knife in the drawer. None of your people around you, well, they probably not as smart as he is either. He probably the most intelligent person in his crew, and that's saying something. But when you already know that you have an intelligence deficiency, why would you take your ignorant ass on this white man's show and just be talking? Oh, boy, he's just telling everything. I'm like, man, I don't care where you from, man. That stuff, that if a white boy or a white person try to jump in the middle of that, you check them, man, like, hey, get back in your place. That ain't none of your business. Whatever it is, we'll deal with that. That's not for you to know. You see what I'm saying? See, let me tell you something, man. I get it. A lot of people like his music. Some of these ladies find him cute. But I'm going to tell you something, ladies. I'm talking directly to you. And this isn't just Boosie. He's a representative of many. These dumbass niggas like this, you better think twice about being around people like that. You better put some ice in between your legs or whatever you got to do to turn your brain off and turn that box off and start looking at how stupid these men are. Niggas like this cost us a lot in black society, and I'm sick of it. I'm gonna point it out here tonight, because see, whatever issue I had with somebody, I don't care whether it's grassroots or whatever. If I got a direct line of communication with you, me and you gonna talk about that. I'm not finna jump online and put that out there. The only way that would happen if it was something I need to clear my name on a massive level, but it's gonna be a conversation had between me and that person first and foremost. Okay? All this running, especially talking to the white folks, what you got to run and tell him that for? See, a lot of these rappers, man, I'm gonna say something before we analyze the rest of this audio. A lot of these rappers today, when you start looking at how so many of them keep getting shot, keep getting set up, I'm gonna say something right now, and I don't care who don't like it. I honestly believe it is my conjecture that Vlad probably have a lot to do with a lot of that. Yeah, I'm saying it. Besides him just outright starting beefs with people, I honestly do believe Vlad have his hands in that, man. You can't tell me he don't. See, and this is another thing I'm gonna say to you punk ass rappers, man. The ones you that like to run up on people like PNB Rock and Extentation and all the rest on it that people been running up on. Why is it that don't nobody run up on punks like Vlad or Tekashi or whatever? You would think if some straightening need to be done, because they're not stupid. They know what's going on. You scared to go touch that white boy though, huh? That's the question I would have for you, since you really about that business like that, and you see somebody that went on his show, and then the next thing you know, 2-3 months later, they done swooped up your whole crew, and he still just get to kick it? Come on, man. Boy. But see, I'm going to let Boosie finish talking, because I ain't done with him by sight.
No, the video when he was doing it for the video, man, the Crime Stopper shit.
Oh, yeah. No, well, yeah. Well, like I said, he got busted with a bunch of guns, and he ended up getting a deal which involved him doing Crime Stopper commercials, right?
Right.
And he got very little prison time for a bunch of military ammunitions, basically. And he did that, right?
Yeah, but all this stuff, bro, I just feel like, for me, talking and vibing with this man, I don't feel like he could have held that in for fucking all these years. You just basically just come out and say some shit like that, like
I don't
that
know,
shit
man. Look, like,
and then like I'm like, why the fuck he say that when we got a fucking album finna come out?
okay,
Like it was like, bro.
okay. So is that album coming out?
No.
Oh, so you have a finished album with T.I. that's not coming out
No, because it ruined everything.
because of that.
It ruined everything. I woke up with my motherfucking phone, everything full.
All right, so family, you heard it, right? Y'all heard that audio, you heard that conversation where Boosie was sitting there talking to Vlad, right? So now, this is the problem. This is the problem. Everything that Vlad was saying, from the line of questioning to everything Boosie's ignorant ass was sitting there telling him, what a blind man could see that he's trying to instigate something between the two of them. So now let me show you why this makes Boosie a very stupid individual. And I'm going to get on T.I. too. Oh, that's coming. If I'm a father, okay, and I'm going to claim to move as a boss, I know I have a almost grown son or a grown son. I know T.I. got an almost grown son and children. If I come out and say something like that, now what if his son feel like they need to go back and forth with each other? So this whole thing is being started by you running your mouth to a white man. Whatever was going to transpire, whatever was going to happen, that should have been between you and T.I. Whatever conversation need to be had, that's where that should have stayed. And see, I'm just using them as a proxy because, see, that's a problem that a lot of our people have in our society. They don't know when things are supposed to be in-house conversations. Like I said, you don't see, not just in entertainment, but you don't see it in politics. You damn sure don't see it on the corporate business level sector. White people and other groups don't pull black people into the middle of their personal affairs. They got more sense than that. But see, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you how we can stop that though, family. Tell you how we can stop it. When these people start doing this, we're gonna have to set a social penalty. And what I mean by that is, if we set the standard and say, listen, we don't rock with Vlad like that, he really shouldn't be in the culture in the first place. Because I'm looking at the people because he couldn't have got in unless some ignorant Negro co-signer. That's something right there I'm so sick of seeing black men and black women do. Stop bringing in these people from these other groups just co-signing them. Oh, man, they cool, man. Everybody want to be the ignorant chump that have the good white friend you bring in. And the only reason they coming in is to learn everything from you and then steal things. Looking at you just pearly things. I'm going to tell y'all something, boy. The manosphere, boy, y'all better clean that shit up, man. She ain't got no business in there. Done stole all of Kevin Samuels' talking points. And then she running up there, running her mouth like she's speaking for men. But I'm gonna get on that in a future broadcast. Dealing with this issue tonight, though, family, I'm gonna tell you like this. Let me ask you a question. Look at it from a historical standpoint. Look at how much that has cost black people globally by us bringing in the wrong people, thinking we can trust everybody. How many times does history have to show us that lesson before we get that, hey, this ain't no way for us to move forward? That's moving backwards. How many times does history have to show us that lesson, family? I'm just saying, can somebody tell me how many times does history have to say, look, this is not what you do? Think about it. Think about it. How much more do we have to lose before we get that, hey, is the only way you hold on to your power is by being exclusive, not inclusive. You understand what I'm saying? I hope everybody understands that, because see, we're going to analyze the whole conversation. We're going to look at what T.I. had to say, and I'm going to break down what's wrong about that, because again, my main point is sometimes the greatest op is within the community. Sometimes the greatest op is lack of intelligence. You see what I'm saying? See, that's why I'm hell on making sure our people have accurate information in a number of different ways. I'm always for, when we get together, this is my philosophy. When black people get together and we congregate, we should consider that power at all times. It could be used for something positive or negative. But when you are having constructive dialogue, constructive conversations, when you gather together, you should always be thinking about how you can best use the information and knowledge you gain from those gatherings to further benefit not just you, but the community as a whole. See, everywhere we are, I want us to grow to the point where, like, as black people, when we talking about something amongst ourselves that's just family business, when the white folks and other groups come around, we need to do what they do. Get quiet. Okay, hey, we don't even have to be told. All right, we'll pick this up when they're gone. Oh, yeah, I said it, because they do it all the time we come around. But what we'll do, you have people like a Boosie and the rest of them, they don't know when to start talking. Oh, but they can't wait to go talk to the white people. See, let me tell you why that's the weak link in any equation that you have, family. No matter what you're trying to do, when you have a Boosie-like person that don't know when to stop talking, they sabotage everything that you trying to get off the ground, because we see that in black society, whatever we try to do, they try to sabotage us out the gate before we can get started. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes the best thing to do is close your mouth and know when not to talk and who not to talk to. But see, jackasses like Boosie, man, they keep costing us, man. So we're going to have to set a hardline penalty against anybody going on that show, whatever they got going on, saying this is going to be the hard part for a lot of black people. I don't care how much you like them. We do have the power to make them stop that shit or just not support nothing they do. Because, see, we make them high. Let me be clear on this. Everybody keep trying to diminish the power that black society has, whether it's our dollar or our voices. We set the trends in this country. If we ain't rocking with it, it's no longer profitable to the corporate white structure. Do you understand that? See, I think a lot of people, when it comes to saying, okay, we can't really do nothing about it. Yes, the hell we can. We could tell either all of them, like, listen, next time one of you go on that motherfucking show, don't expect to get no support from the rest of us with nothing you got going on. And it's going to be permanent. See, look, this is what I want us to do. This is what I'm trying to get our people's mindset geared towards. When it comes to people with off-code behavior, especially with Vlad, we need to pick one of these bastards and make an example out of them. Like, you know what? We told your black ass not to go back on that damn show. All right, we're gonna show you better than we can tell you. When we get as a collective, when we get that mindset, oh, they'll get it then. They'll get it then. Trust me. You think that all that tough talk they get to doing, I'm gonna do what I want. If y'all this, that, oh no, trust me. When they see that they lose the support of black society, they'll get right then, because what I said is true. If black people ain't rocking with it, the corporate structure ain't rocking with it, because they can't figure out a way to make money off of it. They look, corporate America, I don't care whether it's entertainment, products, or whatever, they only sell what they think they can make money off of. Today, in this society especially, anything that has a trend behind it or has like the credibility of black society, foundation of black Americans in particular, anything that has our credibility behind it is currency for these people. Do you understand that? I hope y'all get what I'm trying to tell you here. So we're going to go ahead and analyze the other part of it with T.I. because, see, I'm sick of this, man. We have the power to change this. Everybody talking about ops. I expect Blad to do what he do. He's supposed to do that. That's a white supremacist. He gonna do that. But see, my thing is, when are we really gonna get tired and say, okay, that's it. Enough's enough. We can't say that we don't have other black platforms like my brother Dewan B, where you can go to if you want to interview and get your stuff out. See, we have the power to turn that around and be like, hey, look, if you don't go on Dewan B platform, just for an example, like you ain't certified. Like we ain't really rocking with you. See, I'm gonna add this on here too before we get to analyzing T.I. I want us to think like that about all black products and black businesses, instead of us looking at Gucci and all these other Fendi and Prada and all this other cool, other white-owned stuff, European-owned stuff. We need to look at our things as luxury and be like, hey, this is exclusive. Yeah, even if you do go and get it, it don't mean the same unless you're a black person wearing it. See, that's the pride that I want to see our people have in the things that we have. You see what I'm saying, family? That's the mindset that we need to take ourselves where we're supposed to be going in an empowered state in the future. We're going to have to start being exclusive and unapologetically so. You understand what I'm telling you? That's going to be hard for some people to do because, see, they like the people's art or they like the people's personality so much so they don't think that they should ever try to punish them. Let me tell you something, man. The reason why we better start setting that penalty is you got younger black people that think that it's okay to do that and there's no consequence for it. You go and pull something like that in the Jewish community. If they tell you, hey, look, for example, let's just look at Kanye. They designated Kanye as ultimate anti-Semitic threat number one. And they were like, listen, if we say not to rock with Kanye and we catch you over there rocking with him, okay, just wait till you come back over here in the community. We got something for you. There's no reason we can't do that. With our social capital starting there, and then we work with other stuff. Because if you strip them of the social capital, then the corporations no longer see any value in them, and that's going to affect their bottom line. Don't let these goofy celebrities make you think that you don't have the power not to punish them. Yes, the hell you do. See, when you dig in anybody's pocket or their bank account, oh, they're going to listen to you then. Oh, they're going to understand the language that you're talking. Y'all understand me, family? So we're going to go ahead and analyze the rest of this because, see, man, like I said, when it comes to analyzing and recognizing our behavior and how to counter it, you have to look at the internal first. The internal op, by doing stupid things, does far more damage than the one that's external. You can see the external op coming. The one that's behind the front lines or behind the lines where we at, on the grassroots or any type of level we trying to get things done, those are the people right there that cost us the most. So we're going to go ahead and analyze the rest of what T.I. had to say. We're going to break that down too.
Situation, man. You are the headline.
A kerfuffle.
A kerfuffle. Yeah. An entanglement of Instagram drama, for sure.
Yeah.
So, you know, for those of y'all who don't know what's going on, Mr. Harris here was, for lack of better words, called out is the parentheses word we'll use.
Now, I don't even think that. It wasn't called out. It was questioned.
question
by Lil Boosie today, and the question is about this man's involvement of telling.
Yeah, cooperation. Shit was confusing because he and I have a relationship.
Right.
And it's so many times, like when somebody had your phone number and your address, and you know they could have called or pulled up,
yeah.
And you have like so many very, very important mutual acquaintances, it just baffled me as to how it ended up
It's more ways to communicate than not communicate.
I mean, the public internet route is crazy.
Right.
But that's, I guess, what prompted you to reach out to me to say, hey,
what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
Very real place, and adding some embellishment to it to fit the needed discussion.
Right.
Anybody who would call me and ask what really happened is, hey man, what happened? What's up with this? Well, the case was resolved due to a motion to suppress all of the evidence because of an illegal search and seizure. The case was dismissed.
You gotta say it slow for him, bro. You gotta say it slow
The
for him.
case was resolved because of a motion to suppress all evidence due to an illegal search and seizure. No.
So now I'm gonna pause it right here. I want to see if y'all catch what I'm gonna have an issue with, because first and foremost, if somebody do what Boosie did, you definitely have the right to publicly respond to it. Since they didn't try to contact you in private, they put something out in the public, you definitely have the right to publicly respond. But here's what I have an issue with T.I. I want to see if y'all in the chat room catch it. I want you to take a good look at the screen. In fact, I want you to look at the bottom left of the screen. I want y'all to tell me what you see there. I'm going to wait till y'all put it in the chat room. Look at the bottom left of your screen and tell me what you see. I want you to type in the chat what you see. I want you to see. Look down at the bottom left. I want y'all to see it. Because see, that's going to be the other issue where I'm finna tear the T.I. ass at too. Because see, they gotten left off the hook, and it's going to tie into everything that I said about Vlad. Does anybody see what's in the fact of business? Okay. See, there it is. There it is, bro. 45. He was the first one to get it that I see. Yes. No jumper. No jumper. As I said with Boosie, the issue is an in-house conversation. If you were going to respond publicly, T.I., why didn't you do it on a black platform? I would have preferred you go over there to Drink Champs and respond, not no jumper, because Adam 22 and that whole crew. Now, salute to the brother Flacco, but I got an issue with your boss, Flacco. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Fuck Adam 22, because when Vlad TV came in, let me see. I want to make y'all understand what my issue with this, because it's deeper than just them just being white. We're going to look at this from a warfare standpoint. Like I said, we're going to analyze how to recognize and counter op tactics. When you let one of the culture vultures in like Vlad, you need to understand how white people have moved historically around the world. What they will do is they'll send in one as a test. Be like, okay, let's see if you can get in there with the niggers, get them to trust you. Okay, and once you learn everything you need to know, come back and get all their secrets and bring them back to us. Now we'll send 3 more over there with you. So my point is this: when you see Vlad pop up, the rest of the white guys like, oh, it's that easy to get in there? Hey, let me do what he doing. And the next thing you know, it's just like if you got a garden with rotten fruit in there. Now they all in the middle of your stuff, sitting there trying to use your lingo and everything. See, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care how none of them feel about it. I'm really kind of hostile towards them when it comes to them kikiing and cacaing in my face like that. If you're not trying to produce justice with me, I don't really kiki and kick it with white folks like that. I don't. And I know not all white peoples is bad. That's what the coons love to tell you. Not all white peoples is bad. Yeah, but it's enough for them to be that way. I don't see nobody trying to produce justice. So, I mean, yeah, it's enough. For me, it's enough. No jumper. T.I., brother, why did you go over there? I get you trying to get things out. You got your own platform you can speak on. What you got to, and see, the problem with no jumper too, when you look at these platforms, and we have to break this down for our youth because they really don't understand this from a technical and tactical standpoint. Notice how no jumper, Adam, he got a whole bunch of niggers recruited over there to ask the stuff that he know he really shouldn't be saying or be too controversial for him. I'm so sick of our people allowing themselves to be used like that, man. Flacco, brother, if you're listening, man, start your own shit. Stop fucking with them white boys, man. See, this is another thing, too. I'm going to tell you why it happened, because we're going to cover this from all angles tonight. The reason why you see Adam 22 is able to get, people like Flacco and the rest on the work for him, all a white person have to do is one nice thing for a lot of Negroes, and then the next thing you know, they're indebted to them for the rest of their lives. Family, y'all got to stop that for those of you that applies to. Because see, if it's the other way around, okay, and you do something for a white person, they don't feel indebted to you for the rest of their lives. See, some you know, when you start to look at the slave mindset that come from the plantation days, that's exactly how a lot of people think. They think, oh, this one white person did something for me once. Now that means anything they want from me, they can get it. See, you have to start looking at things from the context of not just what's good for you and far as you getting a temporary bag. Start looking at what you do and how it affects the collective of our community. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Think about this. I don't care how much money you going to offer an Asian person. Right now, today, think about this. I'm finna really make this stick. How many Asian people, Hispanic people, East Indian, Arabs, whatever you want to call it, how many of them do you see engaged in like coonish, stereotypical antics? And we're going to get into examining some of that here tonight. Oh, boy, we got a hell of a broadcast tonight. Y'all came at the right time. How many of them do you see just making a fool out of themselves and making their whole culture look bad? I want y'all to think about that for a minute. I said it for a reason. I'm putting it on your thoughts early because we're going to cover that into something later here tonight. But my main point is we got to stop letting these people use us like this, primarily the men, because, see, I'm going to say it flat out. When we start doing things as men, then our women follow in our footsteps, whether they want to admit it or not. The next thing you know, now they over there kicking it with them. And see, that's where it gets dangerous at, because, see, when you have goofballs like Boosie, and I'm using him as the poster child for stupidity tonight, yes, I am. When you have dummies like Boosie, and then you have other women that hang around him, and they model themselves in their behavior and their thought process after him, they just as dumb as he is, if not worse. So now you get them over there around the white male structures that are designed to sabotage our people. And women, we all know, look, I'm not going to just put it on the women, because some of these men run their mouths like bitches too. But man, some of these women, boy, they don't know when to stop talking. Oh, they tell every goddamn thing. Now the next thing you know, the white boy, hey, he done cozied up to them and did a couple of favors for him. Next thing you know, she telling about everything she don't need to be talking about that could bring your entire business down and sabotage things. Look, I've seen this happen to people with men and women. They get their entire company took from under them. How many times do history have to show us that lesson about trusting these damn white folks like that? The famous Amos Cookie situation, okay? Look, all you got to do is just go throughout history, just look at how they steal our ideas. Look what they did to the brother Lewis Latimer, okay? That damn thief, Thomas Edison, dumb bastard. That motherfucker didn't come up with nothing on his own. When you just start looking at history, look at all the stuff they steal from black people because we too trusting. You see what I'm saying? No, man, I'm going to tell you right now, where I am in my life, from what I've learned and the way I was raised, if you beat me, you're going to have to do it straight up. You're not going to beat me because I gave you my trust when you hadn't earned it. Ask yourself that question. What the hell have these people done to earn our trust like that? See, for me, if I was on No Jumper or they would even approach me about it, I would have said, hey, dude, whichever one of them would approach me, I like, hey, man, go get Adam. Go get him. What's going on? I like, no, go get Adam. Come back with him. I want you here and with him together. I'll be like, listen, dog, don't send no black person to me trying to get information that you know I'm not going to give you. Just because you put a nigga in front of me don't mean that me and you is going to have no conversation. I'm cutting you off at the pass. You don't pass here. That's how a boss thinks when you're trying to keep your shit together. These niggas talk too much, man. They just can't wait to get in front of a white person or be connected to some white person. See, because those are, believe it or not, no matter how successful those rappers are, a lot of them, they don't really believe that they can do things without being connected to these people like that. That's why you see so few of them in ownership positions. Look at the brother Nick Cannon. He should have never been in a situation where them people, he don't own the rights to wilding out and things like that. And there's been several other people, not just saying him. Look at all these people that want to play for these sports leagues and don't nobody try to think ownership. This is why I salute and support the brother Ice Cube. He's saying, listen, I'm trying to own something so we operate and control things and we in charge, not them. When you say something they don't like, then they put you up there on ESPN like Jalen Rose looking like somebody done got a gun to your head. And nigga, you better say it right and apologize. Come on, man. Some of these goofballs on TV and in these entertainment industries, man, they are the worst representatives for black men, man. Y'all making us look weak, man. And I goddamn it, I'm gonna call it out here tonight. But hey, let's let T.I. finish talking.
Need to point no finger, say nothing about nobody.
By
or
legal
anybody about
standpoint,
nothing.
that situation shouldn't have happened.
Exactly. Very real.
Right.
It's mine. He like, nah, I can't do that. Yes, you can. It's mine. Why can't you?
Right.
I don't understand it.
Dead man can't go to jail.
I just don't understand it.
Right.
You understand? I mean, and he said, nah, I can't do it. You know what I mean? He said, man, I can't really say nothing about anybody who do, but I can't do it. So off of that conversation, I created a set of circumstances. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I thought that the embellishment was clear when I said I talked to my cousin and he told me.
They didn't get the satire in the conversation. They didn't get the change of inflection of voice. They didn't get the fact that you was basically being sarcastic.
Humor.
Now, I'm going to pause it right here. And this is why I say, even though T.I. tried to use all types of words and expand his vocabulary indubitably and all this other stuff, every time you turn around, you try to use some type of word that he probably really don't understand what the fuck it means. Yeah, I'm going there with it. Because if you're truly intelligent, if I'm in a situation dealing with these goddamn race soldiers for whatever reason, that's not the time to be sarcastic. You know what the other S word you're supposed to be is besides sarcastic? See, that's another thing. Grown black men always think it's time to fucking play when you're in a serious situation. See, there's another S word you're supposed to use when you're dealing with race soldiers or anybody in the dumbest society. You know what that S word is, family? It's not sarcastic or sarcasm. It's called strategic. Strategic. When I'm around these motherfuckers, let me tell you something. I don't care whether it's a business deal. I don't care whether it's everyday life. I don't care whether it's damn sure dealing with the race soldiers. When they're around me, I'm looking at you like, I got to make sure all mental cylinders are firing on all 10s. I can't let my guard down. I got to make sure I'm carefully listening to what you say so that way I can determine how I need to respond to you, if I need to respond to you at all. See, that's the sign of an immature person when you're in a serious situation and you think it's time to play. No, and hey, look, you know what? Right here in Dwayne Williams, I got to give it to you, brother. That's another S word that we need to utilize too. Silent. Sometimes silence is power. Sometimes silence is louder than anything that you can say. But see, when you got somebody that's dealing with these people and you want to put on this image to the public like you're so intelligent, you don't realize that, man, sarcasm, what they tell you, anything you say can and will what? Be used against you in a court of law. Now, you got out the situation. But at what cost to your reputation? Because even if everything he's saying is the absolute truth, when somebody damages your reputation in the public eye, especially for black society, that costs you a lot. Even though you're a multimillionaire, I want y'all to understand what I'm telling you. I've covered this on previous broadcasts. You guard your reputation with your life. Your reputation is currency. Your reputation will open doors far ahead of you that you have yet to travel. Guard that with your life. See, as black men, we should know better. We can't afford to make stupid decisions by trying to be a damn clown in a serious situation. See, look, I'm going to tell you how you deal with race soldiers. I'm going to tell you how you deal with them, okay? When you're dealing with race soldiers, and especially they're accusing you of something, let me tell you what the most powerful thing you can do. You see all these people getting loud. I ain't doing this. I know my rights. They waiting on you to do that. That's what they want you to do. Let me tell you what unnerves them when you're silent, when you calm, when you're not afraid, when you listen to what they're saying, asking questions, okay, as you need to. In other words, you've already thought about how you're going to secure the victory. And even if, and this is what I'm going to tell you, Neela Fuller Jr. has told us, don't try to fight the situation with them bastards on the side of the road. Fight it in court where you got a fighting chance. See, they can't wait to trigger you. See, this is why it's ironic that they sitting here on the table with a chessboard in front of them, because, see, if you know anything about chess, it's supposed to teach you how to move in life. And one of the things about that game, which is one of my favorite pastimes, is teaching you that every decision that you make has a consequence. It teaches you how to think ahead with what you do. See, that is a critical survival skill for not just black men, but black people as a whole. And see, ladies, I'm going to tell you something. You can take it or leave it. But my recommendation to you is this. Instead of worrying about how cute somebody is or if they funny or they can make you laugh, you better start putting a premium on how intelligent this Negro is. Is this somebody, a man that you can watch and learn from that help you move smarter as a woman? You see what I'm saying? That's what y'all better start doing, man. Too many of y'all are with these big overgrown goofy ass children, and the things that they do have long-term consequences well beyond after they have done these things. You see what I'm saying? See, who knows what he had to do to get himself out of that situation. Now, he might be telling the truth, but I'm going to give you a hypothetical scenario before I let him continue. Let's just say they say, okay, we caught you with these guns, T.I. Yeah, we can let you out, but you going to have to do some telling. But beyond that, if you really want to go home, yeah, I'm going to need some of your kinfolks to work for me too. Yeah, we need to make sure that you understand who's really in charge here. Now, you can see the sunlight again, but you see what I'm saying? Do you know how dirty these bastards will play with you? All behind being foolish. You see what I'm saying? See, I'm going to tell you something. I look at foolishness like a fatal illness. I cut that shit out my equation. It's one thing for you to be ignorant. You can cure ignorance with knowledge if the person listens. But if you're a dummy, you got to get the fuck away from me. I know how dangerous. Look, you want to know what one of the most dangerous things in the world is? A group of stupid people gathered together in the same place at the same time. Do you understand how much damage a group of dummies can do when they are in the same place at the same time? Let me show you how they're even more dangerous. When you have a group of dummies gathered together in the same place at the same time, being manipulated by a very intelligent puppet master. Do you understand how much damage that has done to society throughout history? Boy, y'all better study, man, how the FBI actually moves, man, and some of these other alphabet agencies. They love dummies as long as they can get them all on the same script because they too stupid to think ahead, and then they put them all on one string and manipulate them into doing all types of things. Your William O'Neills, your Darthar Perrys. See, I'm threading the needle from the aspect of history, but hey, let's let Trouble Man continue here.
Sarcasm,
satire might
and
be
satire.
too much of a shit for him. Let's call it sarcasm.
Yeah,
he was fucking around.
Now listen to.
So y'all heard his explanation, right? So now let me show you something. Because those of you that have caught my broadcast on here, let me tell you, I had to move it over to Rumble, boy, because certain people saw that. I ain't gonna call their name. They know who they are. Certain people saw my breakdown on Charleston White. You can find it on my Rumble channel. This bastard right here, I got the same issue that I had with Vlad with him for many different reasons. And see, for those of you that would like to go and catch my broadcast, the Charleston White Conversation, I'm going to put the link to my Rumble channel in the chat room. We will be cooking over there live as soon as we get that to 100 subscribers over there. I'm going to be steadily uploading the content on it. But sometimes we're going to go live on Rumble when it's too hot for YouTube. But I digress. I want you to listen to this bastard right here. See, family, this is why I'm thankful for people like this out in the open, because the theme of tonight's broadcast is recognizing and countering op tactics. I gave you the quote at the beginning by Sun Tzu. Okay, remember that quote. I'm going to show you how that comes into play here, because see, this is always an opportunity. When you learn from your adversaries, they shouldn't be able to deal with you the same way over and over again and keep costing you the same way. You understand me, family? I want y'all to listen to what this bastard said. And he's going to be talking about the situation between Boosie and TI. Let's let him talk.
Lil Boosie, you really a sucker. And I ain't going to call you a mark, but you done got some mark behavior. But it is my sincere belief and my honest assessment and evaluation that, nigga, you really a sucker. And you been hiding behind Boosie badass. But the real Terrence, you a sucker, nigga. You know you supposed to call that nigga Tippy. Say, look at Tip. Man, listen. Man, I know, man, you know, man, I got to stand on it, my nigga. You my nigga. you my nigga. Or if that ain't your nigga, however it's supposed to went down, you were supposed to call tapping. You know the boy name. I ain't got to keep repeating it, but you know you supposed to call the man and say, man, I know, you're my boy, Tootie Raw, little ugly Tootie, and your little ugly Fraggle Rock looking boy, they buddies. Now they got to fall out. Now I think that little yellow boy, they got his mom and daddy scared over there. What's that boy name? What's the boy name I got into it with? King? Yeah, I got into it with King. I think King will whoop Tootie. Yeah. I think King will whoop the shit out of Tootie. So let's instigate a fight between y'all kids, nigga, since you done went bad. Say, King, you see how that nigga talking about your daddy? Get that, go whoop Tootie, King. Tell Tootie what you told me, King. Let's instigate a fight between they boys.
Now, family, if you checked out the broadcast, the Charleston White conversation that I did, and you can find that on Rumble, as I said, link is in the chat. Don't that sound like somebody that worked for them folks? See, think about it. How many times have you ever heard another black person that's got an issue with a black person say some shit like this? I'm going to get your kids to fight each other. You going to tell me this boy ain't working with them folks? He done pretty much came out and said it, on top of him being a rapist and other things. Yeah, I said it. If you don't believe me, go check that broadcast out I did on this bastard. Family, what I am saying is black men have to be smart enough to recognize these internal threats, like this motherfucker that wear our uniform. Cause see, a little fuck boy like this don't have no type of personal pride. And if you seen that YouTube short that I put up where he was talking about he was gonna show his privates to an 11-year-old, that already tell you what type of mindset he have for the people talking about, man, we're Charleston White. Do be saying some real stuff. Nigga, shut the fuck up, man. This nigga on camera talking about how he willfully raped black women and things of this nature, and other women too. But I be only concerned about those in our community. Once you go there, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You're not one of my people no more. You with them folks. And see, look at how he been moving here lately too. You really think him and Vlad ain't playing for the same team? Come on, man. Really? See, talking like this right here, that's some off cold shit. How you gonna put people's children or try to instigate something between people's children? Who's to say that they didn't give him that assignment? I'm looking at it from that perspective. See, too often we sleep on little goofy threats like this because we look at it like, oh, they funny, they ain't nothing. Family, the Ku Klux Klan started as a joke. I'll say it again. The Ku Klux Klan started as a joke. One of the main things that they do with people in black society to get us to let our guard down is through entertainment. Get the Negroes laughing. They send somebody over around us clowning and playing. See, let me tell you something that offends me, especially from people in dominant society. I don't like them coming around me joking and playing. No, don't come around. If I don't know you like that, don't come around me joking and playing. When you come around, my antennas go up. I'm like, oh no, this is not joking playtime. You one of them folks. Now, you may not be like all the rest, but I don't know that. You got to prove that to me. And even if you do, that don't mean I trust you. I look at certain people in our community like this goofball the same way. Because see, you think about anybody that's willing to hang with this dummy. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say it like it is. Once you keep rolling the dice, you're going to come up snake eyes. His time is coming. I wouldn't want to be nowhere around him when it comes. Because it's going to happen sooner or later. Because, see, the thing about being a rat and working for them folks, your usefulness has an expiration date. And as soon as that expiration date come up, you're not going to get no protection from them people no more. In fact, they're going to instigate your demise. They cut all ties to them that you had so nobody can really verify anything. But see, when you a little goofball and they throw you a couple of dollars and everybody think you funny, okay, and then you having the time of your life running around trolling and kikiing, and yeah, you too stupid to see that. Yeah, they fattening you up. Because as soon as they're done using you, they're going to get rid of you. They have shown us this in history many times. Many times. How often does history have to teach us the same lessons over and over before we get the shit? I don't care what nobody say. I go back to Dr. John Henry Clark. He said this quote for a reason. The elder was wise beyond his years. All history is a current event. Do you understand me? See, for me, I don't have to see it but once before I get the list. And I'm like, oh, okay, yep. I already know what not to do with this. But see, unfortunately, you got a lot of silly people in our community. They put being entertained before they do thinking. See, understand that entertainment is good. We all need entertainment. Entertainment has its place. But I'm not going to turn my mind off just because I'm being entertained. It's some shit that we ain't got no business trying to be entertained by. And this goofball is one of them. You doubt what I said? Like I said, go to my Rumble channel and check out the Charleston White conversation, then get back to me on that. But I'm going to let this jackass continue talking because we got a lot more to break down.
I finna stir up a fight between they boys. Say, King, go whoop Tootie. Yeah, don't let that nigga do your daddy like that, man. This nigga spend the night over your house and all that other kind of shit. No, jump on Tootie, King. Catch Tootie out in the mouth and whoop him. Just jump on. I don't think he can fight. Now, his sister might fight, but I don't think Tootie can fight. But say, Boosie, you supposed to call Tippy and tell him, say, man, don't you go and put the album out. Then say, listen, you a hoe, nigga. You a hoe ass nigga. I know the kind of nigga you is. You a hoe ass nigga, little Boosie. You know you supposed just man to man on some man shit though, Boosie. On man to man shit, my nigga. You done some kid, little boy, hoe shit, nigga. That run of the mill shit, nigga. You know you supposed to check paperwork. Huh?
Now talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Boy, I tell you, boy, those of y'all, boy, that still rolling around thinking, talking about Charleston White, man, Charleston White, boy. Y'all gonna have to learn the hard way. But see, that's not the only people that we got to deal with in this equation because, see, tonight's broadcast is going to be a lesson on how to recognize the ops within. And I'm finna go here. Yeah, this going to piss some people off. I know a lot of y'all probably going to unsubscribe. You ain't going to like this. Good riddance to you because I done told you. I'm going to tell the truth over here. I've always had a problem with this ignorant bastard right here. 50 Cent. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's fight the business. Before I go into that, let's read what he's saying. This is from one of his posts online. I think it's Instagram. 50 Cent, I said I got the best lawyers money can buy. They said they would have got me 10 or maybe 9. I said, well, now how do you explain how homie breathes? They said you keep your mouth shut or you eat the cheese. You so tough. Okay, so this is the problem I have with this Negro right here. Because he's done this many times. And I don't associate with goofballs like him in my personal life. Never have, never will. If I see two brothers got an issue going on, especially when I look and see Vlad is behind it, why you come in the middle of it playing? See, I'm finna thread the needle on this 50 Cent thing. Anytime a grown black man, all he know to do is play all the time, you better be cautious about dealing. Look, I'm saying it as a businessman, okay? You better be cautious about dealing with a grown black man. All you do is play 24/7. No matter how serious a situation can get. Look at all these rappers that have been killed and shot. We seen what happened between Tupac and Biggie, okay? And here this goofy motherfucker come playing in the middle of a situation that shouldn't be. If anything, you should try to be the mediator and say, hey, man, let me talk to both of y'all. Whatever you work out, stop talking to Vlad. But see, I'm going to tell you why he can't do that, though. I'm going to tell you why he can't do that. Look at who put him on. Now, this goes into what I was saying earlier in the broadcast about as soon as a white person do one thing for you, you grateful to him for the rest of your life. That's some of the Negroes in our community. That's how they are. He idolizes that white boy, Eminem. That's another one that don't belong nowhere in our culture. Yes, goddammit, I said it. He is not a rapper. He's a rhymer. A rapper, a hip-hop artist is Rakim, okay? A hip-hop artist is KRS-One. A hip-hop artist is Big Daddy Kane, Tupac, Biggie. I named that. Those are hip-hop artists. That white boy and none, and in my opinion, no, not my opinion, I take that back. As a foundational black American man, in my statement, there is no white boy that qualifies to be called a white rapper. All you rhyming about it, but see, just break down stuff. People got finessed by Eminem. He's a goofy ass white boy that put a string of rhyming words together that don't make no sense. Name one album that he's talking about something that is life changing, especially anything talking about the empowerment or protection of black society, since you love black people and hip hop culture so much, notice he ain't never put out nothing speaking to our issues. Anybody ever noticed that Eminem the GOAT? How he the GOAT when he don't do shit for the culture? But make a living off of it. You're a parasite to the culture. That's what you are. And see, along with being a parasite to the culture, you have to look at the saprophytes. That's right, saprophytes that allow parasites to feed off of them. And you bring him in and talking about he the GOAT over Rakim. And I heard what Rakim said. I was looking at him like, no, man, are you insane? This boy couldn't go bar for bar with you on nothing. That's where I would have to correct him at. Family, my point is this. When you get these ignorant Negroes like 50 Cent and they idolize these white boys, they really have disconnected from us. See, I can't stand no grown dude that's always playing, bro. This is a serious situation. Who knows where this could go between T.I. and Boosie and their sons, man? See, when you have, whether you like them or not, when you have two people that have the resources they have, that have the reputation they have in either city, whether it's Atlanta or Louisiana, you got people, sometimes if words start going back and forth, they'll do things for you without you asking. That's very irresponsible. And then you got this big coconut head bastard right here, always grinning and playing. I can't stand this motherfucker, man. Everything ain't a play situation. If anything, if I know what has happened to my people, if I know how easy it is for things to turn into violence, look at what happened to Takeoff. Why would I play between two grown black men that's got a damn beef, man? But he come like clockwork all the time. Everything funny. He a constant clown. See, niggas like that can't be around me. Nah, my energy is completely hostile to it. Like, man, go ahead on somewhere, bro. Don't come around me playing like that. It's a time and a place for playing. You play when things are not life or death issues, man. Oh my God. See, this is an op. This is an op. Yes, that's right. I'm telling you, the most dangerous ops are right here within the community. We have to stop looking at, oh, I like their music. Oh, I like that. No, fuck all that. If you a liability to the community, your ass needs to go. That's how you protect black society. Start kicking the damn trash out, family. They can't keep staying in our community when they're a detriment to our people. And that starts definitely in the mind. Once you ruin the mind, see, think about it. All these things that I've just shown you so far in this presentation tonight. When you have younger black people watching it and they think that that's the norm, that carries that dysfunction over into the next generation. Do you see what I'm saying to you? We got to start drawing a line in the sand on this kind of foolishness. I don't find this kind of shit funny. What is that to joke about, 50? You know both of them, probably got both their numbers. Why ain't you trying to be the peacemaker, but you joking in the middle of it? And then the little blogs, see, notice how white supremacy work. The blogs can't wait to pick up on it. Ooh, did you see what 50 Cent said? See, they got a segment of our people locked in a playground mind state like when we was kids. You gonna take that? You so-and-so said something about you. And then they start stuff back and forth. And you got a bunch of grown people acting like children when the main instigator is a white boy or white corporation stand over there laughing at all of you like, yeah, I got insurance policies on all these niggas. I can't wait for them to kill each other. See, that's the way I look at it. But hey, remember, I don't know nothing, right? But we got more to analyze here tonight, family. Oh, we not done yet. Because see, we going to teach a thorough lesson over here on this foolishness tonight. We're going to thread many a needle because y'all probably seen this white boy right here, this cartoon. And by the way, this bald-headed white supremacist bastard got fired too. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Oh, that just warmed my heart, man. Oh, it warmed my heart so much. Because they always get what's coming to them. The universe is handing these people back what they've handed to us. His punk ass got fired. You know he probably needing them chips too, because look at where he at, man. Dusty background and stuff. I want to play this, and I'm gonna break this down in a way that few people probably have, because see, salute to our brother Tariq Nasheed. And by the way, man, much success and congratulations to that brother. You know, he had the grand opening for the museum over there today. Salute to our brothers and sisters over there on the West Coast. I heard it's very cold over there. I heard that it was hailing over there. So y'all try to stay warm. Congratulations to him, and I hope y'all enjoy the grand opening of that. But our brother Tariq covered this on one of his broadcasts, and I saw some other things that I want to point out about it. So I'm going to let this play, and then we're going to dissect a couple of things on here that I think need to be added to explaining this white supremacist behavior. Let's let him talk.
So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. All right, this can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population, because unfortunately there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live. And
now let me stop him right here, right? Let me go ahead and break this down the Southern Georgia way. First of all, little white boy with your little Easter egg shaped head, most of us with sense are glad when y'all stay the fuck away from us. Nothing good has ever happened when a group of white supremacists have been stuck up under or anywhere near black people. Look how much that's cost us in history. Integration was one of the worst things that ever happened to black society. It stripped us of our economy. It put us in close proximity to your degenerate asses, and we picked up a lot of your ignorant, harmful habits and thought processes. We would have been better off as a people had segregation continued, and we kept our economies intact and just pushed for resources. That's what I wish would have happened. I don't want to be nowhere near the collective of them at all. Look at how degenerate they are. He talking about the differences because of something done, Lemonade said. He talking about the differences in white communities and black communities. See, this is why I don't want to be around them. We're going to get deep here on this. One, they're the most delusional people on the planet. See, it's one thing if you lie and then not to believe your own lie. White people lie to themselves and they believe the shit they be coming out their mouth. Look at all these school shooters they got. Look at all this meth epidemic they got running through their community. Look at all this stuff they got going on. Serial killers, rapists, all in their community. Oh, but all the crime is over on the black. See, to hear them tell it, they make their little suburbs and stuff think they living in Mayberry, according to them. All you have to do is know where to look, though. Shout out to the brother Professor Black Truth with the Friday Crime Report. All you have to do is go to new black media sources like that and look at the story they don't want to tell you nothing about. If anything, I don't want to be nowhere near your neighborhood. That's why neither one of my properties are in white neighborhoods. They're not. I don't want to be surrounded by the enemy. That's where the white supremacists live. On top of that, all these crimes, look at Jeffrey Dahmer, okay? Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy. Just start naming the serial killers. They act like they live in some perfect utopia where it's just all white people. But see, he did say something that I agree with. If you can't stand black people to that much, yeah, go. There's plenty of all white, damn near all white states. Go to Maine. Go to some of these places where the percentage of black people is so small or non-existent, you don't have to be around us. Please do that. Stay the fuck away from our people. We want that. Oh, we want that. But see, he gonna say some other things here that I'm gonna break down there. A lot of y'all probably didn't catch this, though. I'm going to let him continue talking.
Who's there? So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm going to back off from being helpful to black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome.
So now, this is the part right here that kind of set a lot of people off. Family, I'm going to explain something to you about this. And see, this is why I think that if you weren't born and raised in the South, you should definitely come down here so that you can get the perspective on things. Because, see, we see things like this very quickly. When I first heard him say that, and a lot of people were saying, okay, well, what is this help he keep talking about? I'm going to break that down to you, what white supremacists like him mean when they say that. See, when people in the dumbest society keep talking about they helping black people and so forth and so much, they're not talking about sharing no resources. They're not talking about producing justice. They're not even talking about symbolism. Family, do you understand when they say that? They mean that, okay, I haven't directly tried to harm you, so that means I'm helping you. Do you understand that? That's what look, I'm gonna prove what I'm saying. Think about how many times when you see a white person and they see a wealthy black person that's an athlete, an entertainer, or a business person, and then when the subject of racism comes up, they say, well, you seem to be doing pretty good, as if, okay, one black person doing good, that just means all black people are doing good. In other words, they think that, okay, if you are the type of black person that call out racism and white supremacy, you the uppity Negro. You see what I'm saying? You the one that's going against the grain. You a troublemaker. You should be grateful. How many times have we heard them tell a black person that term? Always counting our pockets, talking about, well, you should be grateful. Grateful for what, motherfucker? See, I like people like him. I really do. Because, see, nothing they say can really upset me. Every time you open your mouth when there's black people like me listening, we're studying everything that you say. And I take your words for the literal meaning that they are. And I understand when you speak it in code, and I know what your codes mean. See, that's the advantage of growing up in the South. They can't talk in no type of coded language that I don't understand. I know what they're doing even when they're not speaking. They don't like Negroes like me because, see, you're not going to be able to finesse me. I'm not going to trust you no kind of way. I'm not going to bring you in and then as an ally. No, your allyship, y'all know my standard on allyship. When it comes to so-called white allies, you don't need to be up under me. If you really my ally, you can do more good for me and my community by being away from me and unknown. I don't need you under me if you're a white ally. The white people don't cool. You don't need to be under me. Because, see, if you under me, that limits your ability. And see, this is where I want y'all to follow me for those that haven't heard me say this. A white ally that's always under a black person, they are very limited in what they can do. Number one, their people identify them as a nigga lover, okay? And they're going to be like, okay, this is a troublemaker. Number two, that's going to cut you off from access to the resources and the political connections you need to produce justice. So that's why I can't take you serious. And number three, the only reason that white people come around black folks like that, you looking for interracial sexual access. That's it. I'm saying it flat and dry how it is. Now, compare this to a real white ally. We're gonna be thorough. I'm telling you about this opposite over here tonight. We're going to break all this down. A real white ally, hey, you far away from me. You feed me information. Oh, it's some race soldiers just joined? Oh, okay. How many of them on the foot? That's their name? Okay. All right, you feed me that information. We don't never need to be up on each other for that to happen. You see what I'm saying? Oh, it's some white supremacists just got a teaching job at the school over here? Okay, who are they? What their names? Okay, I got you. Let me make sure I take that information down. See, that's a white ally. I don't need you up under me. I need you as far away from me as possible. I need you over there feeding me information in your community. You really want to be a white ally? Other than you sharing your resources, I don't need no photo out with you. Nah, we if we got any celebrating we can do that after we produce justice for my people. That's the way I look at a white ally. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to point that part out to you, but we're going to let him continue because I ain't finished with him yet. We're going to let him continue talking.
It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white. It's over. Don't even think it's worth trying. Totally not trying. And there we go. You didn't expect that today, did you? But those who don't want to focus on education, you just need to get away from them. Just get as much distance as you can. That's my recommendation. And I'm also...
Now, this is the part right here that I don't think a lot of people caught. See, family, I know these thin-lipped devils better than they know themselves. And I'm finna put you up on game about something that he just said that probably went over a lot of black people's heads. When he said, those that don't focus on education, just get as far away from them as you can. Let me explain what he meant by that. He did not mean education. Oh no. I want those of you on this channel to go down my archives and find the broadcast that I put up where Lee Atwater was detailing the Southern strategy. Because see, semantics are very important when you're dealing with these thin-lipped devils. He didn't mean education. What he meant was indoctrination. I'm going to say it again. He did not mean education. He meant indoctrination. In other words, if you're not a Larry Elder, a Clarence Thomas, or one of these other book dancing coons, or Tim Scott, if you're not one of them, that's what he meant by education. No, he meant indoctrination. If you're not one of them that he can crack N-word jokes around and, oh, we is our own worst enemy and black on black crime, this, Chicago, that, oh, yeah, that's what he meant, stay away from those. In other words, he's saying, hey, if you're not dealing with a coon, you can't deal with no black person. See, I know them better than they know themselves, man. I know them, boy. I'm going to tell you, they don't really come around me with that goofiness, no kind of way. And I'm going to make sure all of you over here tonight understand exactly what they mean. But I'm going to let this thin little bastard continue here.
Really sick of seeing video after video of black Americans beating up non-black citizens. I realize it's anecdotal and it doesn't give me a full picture of what's happening. But every damn day I look on social media and there's some black person beating the shit out of some white person.
Okay, little old goofy white supremacist. You got all the smoke about the video that you say you've seen where black people are just beating the shit out of some white person. Well, what do you feel about your people killing us out here unjustly? See, you have to cut straight to the chase with bastards like this if you ever choose to engage them in conversation. And I only say you do it with a strategic purpose so that you can get them on camera or on audio saying what it is that needs to be done to black people since we such a problem. Our elder and grandmaster teacher Neely Fuller Jr. told us to do that. Here's the thing. How does he feel about George Floyd? Ask him that. Breonna Taylor. You think we deserve reparations? Just go ahead and make her come on out with that racism. See, me, I'm going to tell you something that might shock you. Shock a lot of y'all about you, brother. I don't want white supremacist platforms taken down. I don't know. I want them to have a free, open line of communication. I want you to do that, and I'm going to tell you why. See, the smartest of the white supremacists, the ones that you really should be worrying about, know that they're not talking at all. They're not talking. They know that, like, okay, when we talk, we need to make sure it's behind closed doors where only white people can hear what we're saying. Those are the real threats. The reason why I want all these white supremacists to keep talking on their platforms, those are the dummies. Those are the dummies that talk too much, even when they think they're talking in code. I love it. I'm like, don't you flag their channels. Look, I'm going to tell you, y'all might get mad at me for this. If I find out your channel's been taken down, I'm going to advocate for it. Put his channel back up or her channel. Nope. I want your channel up. Keep talking. No, I don't want you flagged or censored in no type of way. Because see, for me, every time you open your mouth, I'm strategizing. Okay, that's what you meant? Okay. Oh, new term that I hadn't heard before. Let me go ahead and run that down. Make sure I put that in my lexicon. I want them to keep talking. I don't want them to deplatform. The dummies do most of the talking and they go out cold. We've seen it several times. Like this goofball right here. Look what happened to him. He couldn't hold his racism, anti-black hatred in, and he ended up talking till he got himself fired. No, man, don't fire him. Put that boy back out there. Give him a talk show. That's what I want. Get him back on the air, man. I hope Sean Hannity, hey, if you're listening, go ahead and do an interview with him. Let him get his grievances out. I don't want him bottled because, see, I'd rather deal with the snake in the low grass than the snake in the high grass. You understand? When you the snake in the low grass, I'll be like, oh, snake. Okay, stay right there. Let me go ahead and get my power tool and go ahead and turn you into spaghetti. That's what I want. I don't want you in the high grass where I got to be trying to wonder where you at and you sneaking up behind me. Hannity, go ahead and do the interview. Tucker Carlson, y'all put this ball on him. He's been aggrieved. He's been mistreated. I want to hear more about how he don't like the niggers. And I definitely want to hear what's the solution since we so bad and black people are so awful, we terrible. Well, Mr. Dilbert cartoonist, what should be done with black people? Tell me. Let me hear what the solution is. I'd like to get your thoughts, good sir. I'd like to know that. Go ahead and tell me about that. You see what I'm saying, family? I don't want none of these Confederate statues torn down. Why? I know you're like, oh my God, why could you say that, GBS? Because that is a living, solid indictment and is one of the ultimate cases for giving us reparations. These people have statues and made heroes and named streets and schools after these demons that have tortured and pretty much brutalized our people. That is a living symbol that points to say, yes, you honor and revere these people. Don't say that this isn't a part of American history. You can't be proud white supremacists of American history and ashamed of it at the same time. That's why they're trying to remix history in the school. So if you're a black parent, you better utilize every resource that you can to teach black children about our history. You better go and get all of Brother Tariq Nasheed's films. You better go and get all of Brother Jason Black's films because that threads the needle from history to present day with a lot of his documentary work. You better make sure that you go and get my brother Raheem Shabazz's Elementary Genocide documentaries. There are 3 of them. Excellent work by that brother. If you hadn't subscribed to Brother Raheem's Necessary Blackness podcast, I strongly and highly recommend that you do so. Okay. My point is this: as black parents, since they're making that move to try to remix history and try to whitewash slavery and everything, it is your primary responsibility to teach our children because, see, the reason why it's so important, you got to send them into the world and they're going to encounter a bastard like this. Oh, yeah. He speaks one of many. Then see, understand that the white supremacists that I told you about that are quiet, the ones that don't get on platforms and run their mouth, they're furious at those like him that talk too much and go off code because they know it's going to be one or a handful of them out there just like me waiting on him to open his mouth. And I'm going to decode everything you're saying. And I'm going to make sure my people understand where you're coming from, too. This is war. I treat it exactly like what it is. So with that said, I'm going to let the little blabbermouth keep talking because he had a lot to say.
I'm kind of over it. I'm over it. Right? So I quit.
So now you heard what he had to say. I think I've broken down everything that needs to be broken down about that. But now we got to get into this other part of the broadcast. And let me say this right now. The elder, the honorable elder, grandmaster teacher that you're looking at on our screen right here, Dr. James Smalls. I have a high amount of respect for him. Him, Dr. Claude Anderson, okay, Neely Fuller Jr., all of our living elders and pretty much elders that are alive that are doing this work out here have a high amount of respect for them. I saw what Omawale Africa, yeah, I'm gonna name names, and the tether boy, the turtle, Taharka Bay, tried to do with this elder. Let me make a statement to you clowns right now and all the rest of you tethers that are steady behind them and thinking that this is gonna cause some type of division over here in our movement. We see you trying to do that. And if you think that you can manipulate that elder into doing anything that's off code, you got another thing coming. Let me explain this. And I said this early in the broadcast. In any movement, there are going to be disagreements. We're not going to all see things the same way. And that's a good thing. We're not supposed to. You know why? I've said this many times. It is good to disagree because if whichever way somebody's trying to do something isn't the right way, that leaves an alternative path coming from one of our people, okay? So now, the comments that they tried to make in the little interview where they tried to get him to say all these different things, like Brother Tariq said, they didn't show him all the stuff that the teller's been saying and exactly what was the context of things. And see, I'm going to tell you right now, for all of you and Goofy, Taharka, and Alma Wale, if you're listening, let me make something clear to you. What you're trying to do is not going to work because most of us over here, we don't just talk at each other. We talk to each other. You'd be surprised how often those of us behind the scenes in New Black Media converse and talk about different things. Do we agree on everything? No, we don't. Sometimes you can openly see our disagreements with certain ideologies, but you know what? The one damn thing we do agree on? We agree on our people getting reparations. We agree on staying on code and producing justice for our people. That is the common denominator thread that will not change. So for those of you that went and got the elder over there and you didn't tell him everything, let me tell you something about Brother James Smalls here, Professor James Smalls. If you try that with him and he found out that you was up to some snake shit, that elder will curse your ass out up one side and down the other. That man is no punk. He's a very brilliant, intelligent man. And I find it despicable that they tried to draw him in like that and use him to go at Tariq. We have disagreements all the time behind the scenes over here in the grassroots media and new black media spaces. But you're not going to see us firing up no broadcasts going at one of our elders. You know why? Let me tell y'all something, right? I want y'all to really hear what I'm saying about this. Whether it's Dr. James Smalls, whether it's Dr. Randy Short, whether it's Dr. Claude Anderson, whether it's Neely Fuller Jr., whether it's Shahrazad Ali, any of our living elders, they have the right, because they have earned the right to have their stances and opinions on certain things. Those are our grandmaster teachers that have put in years worth of work when we were still children. They have the right to say whatever they want to say. And then we take it in good faith, because the one thing that you do know, they're not going to say anything that's meant to harm our people. See, black family, I want y'all to understand something. And I know those of you gathered over here understand what I'm saying. Just because we don't always agree on something, that doesn't mean that we had odds with somebody. And see, that's what they didn't understand when they tried to go and get this elder and play him against Tariq. That's never going to happen. Okay, you may as well hold your breath waiting on that. I guarantee you they've already probably talked. You know what I'm saying? And all of that, water under the bridge. It was never anything to begin with, because see, what they don't understand is we always have disagreements. The mission, the common denominator mission, does not change, though. That's the thing. Oh, yeah. But see, well, I'm going to show you something about this op behavior, though. I'm going to show you something. I just wanted to get that part out the way, because, see, for the people that thought they had a, gotcha. Yeah, he was telling Tariq. Let me show you what else Dr. James Smalls said. And I want y'all to pay close attention to this, because, see, a lot of times these people, like these goofballs like Omar Wale Africa and that goofy Taharka Bay, when they go running trying to get these elders and play them against other people, they don't even really know who they're talking to like that. Because, see, I'm going to tell you something else about Dr. James Smalls. He's not a fake man. That dude do not fuck with you if you full of shit or you fake. He will tell you to your face if he don't rock with you. Okay? That's different than him having a disagreement with you. So I want y'all to listen to this. And it's going to really make them look stupid with what they tried to use over there, because, see, if they've done their homework, they will really understand where this brother's thought process is on our situation as a whole in Black America and worldwide. I want y'all to listen to what's about to be played here, because, see, they should have done their homework.
You sell your culture to yourself, all right? If you can't sell your food to yourself, and you can't sell your nails to yourself, and your hair to yourself, and your barbershop to yourself, and your clothing styles to yourself, then you're going to be a slave of whoever's selling that shit to you. And that's what it comes down to. I think Claude Anderson said, yes, last year we spent $1 billion, we spent $1 trillion. It was meaningless because it wasn't aggregated, it wasn't organized, it wasn't brought together. And so we have many black people who are working, and they have to be in order for us to spend $1 trillion. But they have no bonding relationship to the group. If you look at people from China, from Japan, from the Arab nations, from Britain, from France, they are the Italians, the Poles, they bond to their group. Group comes first. We got some foolish backwards notion that we're supposed to be hooked up with everybody. And not even realizing that nobody is hooked up with us economically except to act as our parasite while we are their saprophyte. And let me break that shit down to people. Parasite means something that preys on another organism for its sustenance. A saprophyte is the organism that allows someone else to prey on it for its sustenance. And we need to stop that parasitical, saprophytical relationship we have between other immigrant groups that have no respect, no regards for African Americans except to use them to make money to take care of their neighborhood, to provide them with food, clothing, shelter, safety, and security. Because that's what this shit is really all about. Can I?
Bam. Now, did you hear the elder speak? Did y'all hear that? For them goofballs that call themselves trying to play that elder against Tariq, if you did your homework on the man, you will understand that because Dr. James Smalls practices Pan-Africanism, he believes in putting home first. Do you understand that? See, you can chew gum and walk at the same time. You heard what he said. You heard what he said about us making sure that we're in control of our culture, that we can economically profit off of it. And you heard what he said when he wrapped it up, where he was talking about these immigrant groups being parasites to us. Do you understand? See, some of these people, man, that hop over here and try to pull this goofball nonsense with us, they don't even understand who they dealing with, man. When you over here on the grassroots and you dealing with elders like him, it's a family over here, and family have disagreements all the time. But you don't disown your family over a simple disagreement. I guarantee you cannot find one thing in the track record of Dr. James Smalls that would suggest that he is an enemy to our people. He can be a Pan-Africanist and be for our lineage at the same time. You can do two things at once. I've said it many times. When it comes to brothers and sisters, that you think of it this way. I'm going to restate this because I want this to stick tonight to show you how stupid those people that tried to play that elder against Brother Tariq were. You have a home team, which would be those of us, foundational Black Americans here that have our roots here and pretty much are setting up shop here. And then you have an away team, which would be on code Pan-Africanists, like our brother, Dr. James Smalls, that also work for our interests here, but they believe in setting up international connections where possible. And see, Brother Tariq pointed this out on his last broadcast. Dr. James Smalls came from an era where he met some of the greats, some of the real ones. You understand me? Let me tell you, that's an elder right there. If you ever get a chance to talk to him, it would behoove you just to listen. The history that man could recount for you, man. The people that he's met and talked to. Okay? When he came from that era, he's thinking about things from that era, but we see that today, we finna get into it right now, because what you're looking at on your screen, we're in a different era now where most of the immigrants that are coming over here, even the ones that wear our uniform, they look like this goofball right here. You remember he went by Big Groove at first, but now it's the Grooving Gorilla. It was the Grooving Gorilla first, and then he switched it to Big Groove because we were lighting his ass up, but we ain't gonna be done lighting his ass up yet. When you get this coming over here, and they're willing to portray these stereotypes, see, let me show you something, right? And I'm talking to all the tilde class. I'm not talking to all my continental African or Caribbean brothers and sisters. But what if we go and pick something from your culture and we just start mocking them? And then the audacity to do it over here in our homeland at that. You know we can't go over there and do that to y'all. So the question should be asked is, what is it about you, for those in the tilde class, that make you think that this is something that you're supposed to do with people that wear your uniform and skin color? See, I'm going to tell you why I like it, though. I'm going to tell you why I like it. Remember what the theme of the broadcast is tonight, recognizing ops and countering them, okay? I like when you come on display and show this type of behavior because I know exactly who the liabilities and the traitors are. See, if you're willing to come over here and make an ass out yourself in front of white people in order to get brownie points or to be considered funny, you know, brother of mine or sister of mine, I can't trust you. Because even if you didn't know our history, which they do, you know what they did to your people back in your homeland. What is this overwhelming need to be the court jester or the pet monkey of white people? You big overgrown Sambo, you. You think about that, right? See, I like this, man. I like them to put themselves on Front Street so we can recognize exactly what type of threat we're dealing with. I love it. Let's look at another one. Oh, yeah, let's look at another one. You remember this little Thomas the Train looking face bastard right here, Austin Chingay? If those of you don't remember him, he was running to be governor up there in, I think it was Michigan. Okay. Listen to this. Let's refresh your memory. I'll cancel Black History Month in Michigan. It's offensive, unfair, may be illegal. You hear this Sambo here? Americans from all backgrounds deserve a revered history. I'll declare American History Month. Black history is American history, little Sambo. See, the audacity of these little bastards that come over here like this to tell the class to think that you have the right to dictate something to us on our soil in our country. We don't go to Nigeria or any African nation, because that's where Chinge is from. We don't go over there to your countries telling you to disown your cultural holidays and change the ways and history of your people. See, but I'm going to tell you what the problem is with jokers like him. A lot of them that come over here, they don't just start kissing white ass when they get over here. That started back home where they were from. See, let me go ahead and break this down to you and see if there's any of my continental African brothers and sisters that are on code watching. They know that what I'm saying is the truth. It starts over there where they're at, because let me tell you what they do over there in a lot of their schools. And y'all can bear me witness on this because I've seen it. What they do in a lot of their schools when they're young, if they find themselves being taught English and they can't speak perfect English, they pick on each other. And the better the English they speak, they consider that being closer to whiteness. Oh, this is how they really think. It's that bad. Yes, it is. It is that bad for a lot of them over there. And their parents encourage that shit. It's so bad to the point that some of them, when they come over here, they just completely stop speaking their mother tongue. They become ashamed of it. And the greatest thing in the world for them is to get admitted into a predominantly white university, or come over here and lay up with a white man or a white woman, or even worse yet, this is the stupid part about what a lot of them do. You ever notice how a lot of them immigrants, and I'm looking at that Somali community up there in Minnesota. Yes, I am. I'm going to go here with it. Oh, I'm finna go here with it. They think that success is moving up under where as many white people as they can find it. Now, the dumb part about that is, congratulations, jackass. You just surrounded yourself behind enemy lines. Where do you think the white supremacists live? See, all that, oh, you just don't work hard enough. Oh, you see, you need to do it this way. You have to be a stark raving fool to come to somebody else's nation and homeland and think that you know more about their homeland than them. And then when something happened to you, like Christian Open said, the first people you looking at, where the foundation of Black Americans at? No, you smart. Remember, we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. You have to learn the hard way. A lot of these people actually fantasize about being white. And we got some coons like that amongst our lineage, but not to this degree. See, I'm gonna tell you what would make his day. If he could ever get him a white woman, oh boy, you think he going hard in the paint now? Man, look, some of these people, man, all they got to do is threaten them with deportation. They'll do anything. See, this is why that quote is very true. All skin folk are not kinfolk. All skin folk are not kinfolk. These are ops within society. And they're pissed off about the term foundation of Black America now, because not only is that an ironclad term to identify our lineage, it is also a way to make sure that we can tell who's who and who's not us. Oh, they pissed off about that, because see, they've been running that game, taking advantage of our kindness as Foundation of Black Americans for a long time. You remember the standard used to be, and this is the standard that our good brother and Grandmaster teacher, Dr. James Smalls, operates by. He operated by, okay, if you Black like me, we on code, hey, you my people. But we've seen too many of them come over here, and then like this bastard, Austin Chinge, they seek to get in political office where they can harm our people with policies. That's when it's a problem. It's one thing if they're just running their mouth. When you start getting in political positions where you're trying to harm our people, you have this hatred for Foundation of Black Americans, or worse yet, you start becoming nurses and doctors and you dealing with our people like that in life or death situations. Now we got to look at you just like the white supremacists. Do y'all understand what I'm saying, family? We're going to thread this needle over here tonight. Or we're going to thread this needle over here tonight. We're going to make this stick. We're going to make this stick. I'm going to show y'all something else I want y'all to observe. Because this is ridiculous right here. We got to go across the board and cover everything here tonight. Look at this foolishness. I want you to look at what's on your screen here. Look at it. Now, I'm going to pause it right here. I want y'all to see this, right? I want y'all to pay close attention to this. When you have a big, buff, overgrown Negro like this, and notice he only do this stuff wherever he can find him a white crowd at. Let's analyze what's got to be in this peon's mind. In other words, that's how he sees himself. See, a lot of people have given their thoughts on this guy, and this is the first time I've really gone into detail about it. Let me tell you what I see when I look at him. In his mind, let me tell you why he's a dangerous threat, because he sees himself as the pet of an entertainment of white people. His station in life. I want y'all to understand, even though he big and swole, his station in life is to be beneath them. See, he thinks in his mind, he don't see himself as starting no legacy or being in an ownership position or nothing. He sees himself, okay, if I'm around white people, it's time to perform. Do you understand how worthless anybody like that is that's wearing our uniform is to us? He seeks to be a little pet poodle every time he find white people to come around. I just want y'all to think about that for a minute. Do you know how far gone in your head you have to be to conduct yourself like this, all for the entertainment of white folks? Look at her. Big, overgrown, goofy, Sambo ass nigga. Just can't wait to perform. Can't wait. But now if we start clowning them, they don't even like words. Now if we start mocking them like that and picking on them, oh, you see how sensitive they get. Look at this, man. Look, I want y'all to really look at this image. Ladies in the chat room. Ladies in the chat room, I got to ask you a question. What would you think of your man if this was his behavior? How many of y'all would stay with a man that conducts himself this way? Every time he sees some white folks, oh, it's time to perform, baby. Think about it now. Think about what type of mindset you have to degrade and lower yourself. Every time the white people come around, you entertainment. But see, let me explain something to you white people, and those you should know better, but let me make sure I remind the white folks here tonight. Don't let these goofy tethers that come over here doing all this performing for you make you forget who we are as Foundation of Black Americans, because we'll slap the shit out your ass. You know that. You better make sure you start asking, hey, Austin Chingay, hey, this is really funny what you got going on here, guy, but where you from again? Are you, okay. You better get it right. You better know who you can pull that with, because see, you gonna come around us with that. We gonna check you real quick. I'm just giving you a friendly reminder, white folks. Don't let these little goofy pet Negroes, because that's what they are. They want to be your pet Negroes, fine. They're not going to be attached to our lineage doing it, though. And we're going to check them every time they try it. Just remember, white people, I'm telling you, don't get bold and come around us playing. We're not going to tolerate it. I want y'all to look at this goofball, man. How you this big and this damn worthless and goofy, man? Look at this image. Think about it. See, let me get deep with this, man. Think about it if you have a son. Your son see his dad, because it's preserved online for posterity, for eternity. Your son see his father being a big clown for white people. How your boy gonna look at you, man? Your son and your children are supposed to look at the father with a sense of pride. Your children are supposed to want to be like you. But see, with the tether class, I guess this is what they think is okay to teach their children. I'm going to say it right now. A lot of folks, I'm going to get mad at me saying it, but I'm going to tell y'all something. Continental Africans, my brothers and sisters, TikTok was the worst thing that ever happened to y'all. Because if you go over there on TikTok, that's all you see. They're making a fool out of themselves for white people. They can't wait. Well, it's like when they got TikTok, they were just, oh, shit. We've been waiting to show white people how much of a fool we can make out of ourselves for you. All over TikTok. Where your personal pride at, man? See, we build different, man. We don't find it, and unless it's a check in it for us, like our comedians, then we getting paid. They making fools out themselves in front of white people for free. Man, I don't know who raised them, man, but you can't come around us with that, man. This ain't how we do it, man. Look at this goofball, man. It's pathetic right here, man. How your manhood is connected to this? You sitting up here in these little shorts, just dancing. Every time you see some white people. See, I'm going to show you something before we analyze this other taco tilter right here. That's right. I'm calling her what she is because she's not one of us. This motherfucker is not black. I know black eye Dominican. When you see them doing stuff like this, we got to thread this needle. Whether it's continental African tilters or Caribbean tilters, notice that the ones that are Hispanic or Hispanic adjacent, like this ratchet piece of shit right here that we about to analyze, notice how they always try to co-sign them disrespecting our culture like that, but they don't ever do that to their people. See, watch this. Big Groove, if you're listening, and I hope you are. Big Groove, why don't you do some stereotypes of your people, man? Put some bones in your nose and go ahead and get you some little loincloth and run around, man, with dusty feet and sandals and stuff. Run around mocking your culture like that if you just having fun. Come on, man. Mock everybody's culture. What you call yourself trying to mock our people like that for? Because you're really not mocking foundational Black Americans. You don't see our people engaging in that behavior in any way, shape, or form. You're making yourself look like a jackass trying to portray yourself as a docile, harmless punk and non-threatening, and they know what to do with you. See, I guarantee you, as big as that dude is, I guarantee you a white dude could come right up to him and spit in the middle of his face. He'll probably just laugh it off. Yeah, I got to go there with it. He wouldn't do nothing. Big overgrown Sambo. But I want to play this because I'm going to break something down about this whole clip right here. A lot of people done covered it, but I got to go pillar the post on this one because, see, a lot of y'all can't stand it. Boy, you got to have that taco cooch. Oh, boy, you got to have it, boy. A lot of Negro, man, you fine, though. No. When you mocking my people, I can't find you attractive. That's how serious I am about it. Just like I wouldn't deal with a coon, I'm not going to deal with nobody outside of my culture and my people that's mocking us. That's an automatic disqualifier. But I want y'all to hear this, right? Because we got to analyze a couple of things that retarded B said. That's right, I said it. We got to analyze a couple of things. Let's let her talk.
Guys that they go to restaurants and they act like a complete fool. You know, I don't know what's his name. He's really brolic and he be dancing all crazy. And then there's the other one that he just do too much for me. So I've been seeing petitions for people to ban them on social media and everything. And I feel like I'm going to get dragged because I don't have, and
first thing first, I got to go ahead and get on this. If you a black dude and you attracted to these loud, ignorant, ratchet ass pieces of shit like retarded B over here, that says a lot about you. See, I don't know about most of you brothers listening to the sound of my voice live recorded. I have a very high personal standard about the women that I deal with. I don't deal with this. I don't care because you got a little figure on her, and I can't stand that. A loud helper like that. Oh, man, you an embarrassment to me. This woman is about as smart as a damn dining room table. Just because she got money don't mean she's intelligent. Add to the fact that you disrespecting my people, going hard in the paint to co-sign it, but she don't never co-sign stereotypes of her people. And boy, there's so much material to work with if you're dealing with them Dominicans. Yeah, I'm going there. I know black-eyed Dominican. You are the most schizophrenic of all the global black diaspora. They really do think they're Spaniards, the greater majority of it. And look, if you're a cool Dominican brother, sister, I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about the people that are in the tether class in your community. I'm going to go there on them. Oh, we going to tell this truth. Let me tell you something. As somebody that has been to Spain, what do you think Spanish people would tell a Dominican person, even a Mexican person? Okay, I'm going to make this stick. And especially those of you that are in the Caribbean talking about we Latinos too. I tell you what you do. Take your ass over to Spain and say, hey, welcome, my Spanish brothers and sisters. Do you understand how quickly those Spanish people let you? Oh, no, you're negro. You're not one of us. Spanish. No person in Spain views anybody in Mexico, the Dominican Republic, damn sure not nobody in Haiti or Jamaica. They don't see y'all as kinfolk. Them people will laugh you out that damn country, man. Don't take my word for it. Go to Spain and ask them. I've done it. I've seen people from these parts go over there trying to fit in like that. Let me tell you something, man, especially the white Spaniards. You think anti-black racism is bad, boy? You should see how they treat those of them that think they gonna wiggle their way up into Spanish culture. Because see, if you know your history, you are black. Oh yeah, you are black, you little Dominicans. I know you don't like that. A lot of them don't. I ain't gonna say all, but the ones that have the issue, you black. Go ahead and check your roots. Go ahead and check your roots and your actual history that you try to hide all the time. See, I'm gonna tell you another reason why I could never deal with somebody like Cardi B, regardless of this issue right here. I can't deal with nobody that's, one, that ignorant, and two, the greater majority of your people are ashamed of their actual lineage and where they come from. I don't want my bloodline connected to nothing like that. That's a genetic downgrade to me. Yes, I said it. That's just how serious I take it. You can't just have a fat ass and come around brothers like me. I come from a strong foundational Black American pedigree. We have pride in our lineage and everything attached to it. This right here is considered a parasite. I wouldn't want this nowhere near my bloodline, man. That says something about you if you're willing to procreate with her. I'm just saying it, man. But hey, I'm gonna let her finish talking, man. We gonna get all over this tonight. I'm not done with her by sight.
And I feel like I'm gonna get dragged because I don't have the popular opinion. Because they have a community supporting them. And every single time that somebody's doing the same thing from the fucking community, y'all wanna bring them out, do petitions to get, they are not doing anything wrong, but being cheesy and corny. I'd rather they become rich. Look how Jake Paul became rich. Jake Paul used to do the most corniest content ever.
Then you need to go do the corny content with your people, okay? Go do the corny content with your people. Since there's no problem, Cardi B, you need to go do that, okay? Go do that. And in fact, the business, look how they came at Tiger, even though he's not foundational Black American. Remember when Tiger did the little video where he was mocking them, the Hispanic people? Oh boy, all of them came out after him, didn't they? And then when you really look at that, it wasn't really nothing malicious about it. He was just being goofy and funny. Since we talking about being goofy and corny, that was goofy and corny. But you see that she wasn't cool with that. Fact of business, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't she say that she had an issue when Tiger put that video out? Because I remember a lot of them had an issue with it and they made her take it down. And that's when you seen that goofball American Cholo coming out the woodwork. See, when it's done today, people goofy and corny ain't funny no more then, huh? Is it, Cardi B? Oh, let's let this ignorant heifer continue, though.
His content was so corny and cringy. I never found it amusing. But guess what? The kids found it amusing. You know those two guys that, like, they go to restaurants? And now this man got $1 million. He owns $1 million mansions, getting $3 million out of fucking fights. Made a whole fucking career, making more money than rappers.
Let me chime back in here again to see family and young brothers particularly listening to the sound of my voice on this broadcast tonight. Let me explain something to you. Notice how she keep talking about money. This is a common denominator with the tether class, and I'm going to say it again. I've said it earlier in the broadcast. Your reputation is something that you must protect and guard it with your life. Your reputation is a currency that has far more weight than money, believe it or not. Notice how all of them, when something about money comes into play, they basically telling you that they have a price. Their integrity means nothing to them. For the right price, you can buy their asses. They cheap. That don't apply to foundational Black Americans, retarded B. It don't apply to us. No. You can do that. That's why y'all fled from your homelands. Yes, I'm going there. That's why you fled from your homelands and you ran your asses over here. And you want to get rich off of our culture, the negative parts of it. You cheap. You're easily bought. I don't want no associations with them. I don't want to listen to none of your stuff. I'm not supporting you no type of way. I don't view you as a brother or sister in the diaspora. If that's your mindset, that tether class thinking, anything for a price, they can buy your self-respect, and you trying to normalize that amongst foundational Black Americans. See, that's the thing. Notice what the main thing with her right here is, don't say nothing, Black people. It's okay. What's wrong with it? It's just corny and cheesy. In other words, basically what she's trying to say is, oh, y'all just niggas. We supposed to disrespect y'all culture. You're not supposed to have no pride in your people like me now. Me and my culture now. Oh, we supposed to have all kinds of pride. You can't do this to us. But you, yeah, this is what y'all supposed to be worldwide. See, this is why I said what I said about inviting people into the culture like Vlad, Eminem, and the like. They come in and then they start thinking that, okay, you come into the house as a guest. Now you think you're supposed to rearrange the furniture and start making different rules in the house. In other words, you start telling us to go outside of our own house. No. Close the door on these tether class bitches like this. We should have never accepted them into our culture. They have no place here. I'm saying it like that. I'm not going to come at you talking about I like some of their stuff. No, fuck them. If you can't respect the house that you come in, you don't belong in it. Let's let this asshole continue.
Come on now, bro. Y'all need to stop being crabs in a barrel. Oh, but they look like jive turkeys. They look like this. They look like that. What y'all want them to look like? Y'all want them to be hood niggas?
Nah, I tell you what I want them to look like. I'm going to tell you what my vision is. I'm glad she asked that question with her ignorant ass. I can't stand heifers that talk like that. I tell you what I want them to look like. I tell you what I want you to look like, Cardi. This is my vision. I'm going to show y'all my vision. Y'all want to hear my vision real quick, family? Y'all want to hear my vision? Y'all want to know what I want them to look like? Because she did ask a question. How many of y'all want to know my vision? Do y'all want to hear what my vision is? Because she said she want us to ask what we want to look like. Y'all want to hear my vision? I'm going to let you know what my vision is. My vision is this. I want to see all of you herded up on a plane. Oh, yeah, we going there. Or both. Either one. Take your pick. Or both at the same time. I want all you tether class bastards and bastardesses like her and him to be herded up on a plane and deported permanently back to where you from. Since everything is not a big deal and we're not supposed to say nothing about it. Okay, go run shit in your house. You can't run shit in my house. You can't. You can't run shit in my house. That's my vision. That's what I want to see you look like. Take that shit back where you came from. See, I'm going to tell you right now, we need to have a hard ban on any more immigration for the next 20, 30 years. That need to be shut down. I'm going to say it, man. I'm going to say it. Yeah, a lot of people ain't going to like this. But I'm going to tell you, if Trump do get back in there, if he do get back in there, you know, he finna shut all this bullshit down that Joe Biden had going on. And he got a good chance of getting back in. Listen, I am no Trump fan. I'm damn sure not a Biden sexual supporter. But my thing is, we need to get something in exchange for our votes. And if we can't, then we need people in there that's got some damn sense because Joe Biden just unleashed chaos on this country. Look at all the shit that has happened under the Biden presidency. And then speaking of Jim Crow Joe, remember when he went and got this heifer right here to speak for us? First of all, the bitch ain't black. You ain't got no reason or no right to speak for black people. That's something else we got to stop too. You go and run and get this ignorant motherfucker to speak for my community. You a damn entertainer. That don't mean you one of us. Boy, y'all just don't know, but I'm gonna let this asshole finish up here.
If they cheesy and corny, let that shit be. Come on now, bro. That shit is lame. I don't like when people do things to take money out of other people's pockets. Cause that's how these young men are getting paid. And now this man got $1 million.
I know I'm going to get.
You know what I don't like, Cardi B? I don't like when tethers like you come over here and take money out of our pockets. You come over here and leech off our culture. You don't contribute nothing to it. See, like I said, we got to learn when to recognize ops. And as far as the men, I'm directing this to you. When it comes to bitches like this, stop looking at how cute she is and how fat her ass is. Fuck that bitch. That's why I'm saying it. Nah, that's got to stop. It's time to draw a hard line in the sand on this foolishness. Because see, this little old gap tooth fucker right here, what's with all these damn tethers? You ever notice something? Every one of them that come out, they have a quarter slot gap in the middle of their mouth. I want y'all to listen to this heifer right here. Let me let her talk.
You're an immigrant, it has nothing to do with you. Or you're not a black American, it has nothing to do with you. But I don't care. I am an American citizen. And as far as I'm concerned, there is only one anthem, and that's the only one I'm singing. We look absolutely insane as a country to have now what is 2 competing anthems. Absolutely insane. It's embarrassing. Beautiful song, don't get me wrong, but there's only one anthem, and for our national events, only one anthem should be sung, like every other country. And no, I don't believe it inspires unity. Segregation is over. And what about people of other races in this country? Where's the Asian national anthem? Where's the Jewish national anthem? There isn't one. So let's not single out certain groups. Just call everyone American and leave it as that.
One thing that.
Oh, yeah, let me get little Miss Gap too. Okay, I'm going to work backwards. She asked, where's all these other groups' national anthem? I'll tell you where it's at. It's back in their country where they belong to. That's right, I said it. If you in the tether class, your anthem is back home in your country where you belong. Let me educate your quarter slot mouth ass on something you tether winch has hell for you. When it comes to that damn American national anthem, you come over here thinking that you're so smart and thinking that you educating people, and you're always trying to be the mouthpiece for white people, just like the little pet parasite that you are. If you had any sense, most of you don't understand that the third stanza of the national anthem is talking about the detrimental effects of our ancestors, okay? The detrimental effects that were inflicted on our ancestors. No hireling or slave collision. Man, go look that third stanza up. See, we know our history over here. When we against something, you have no right to bring your punk ass into our house and try to tell us how we supposed to react or respond to something. The nerve of your little parasite ass. Boy, I'm going to tell you something, man. We're going to have to take the kid gloves off on these kinds of people right here. These are the ones that we have a problem with. It's not all immigrants. It's the disrespectful ones. You come in somebody else's house and then you think you got the nerve to raise your voice and tell us what the rules should be in the house. Nah, go back where you from and then you can make all the rules that you want over there. Want y'all to hear this other little ignorant helper right here, though. Oh, yeah, I told you, we're going to be thorough about analyzing these ops over here tonight.
I do have that a lot of Black Americans don't have is a sense of knowing where you come from.
Oh my God, this again? Like, this is a weird flex. It's in the name, Black Americans, African Americans. We are from America. The vast majority of us can trace our ancestors back 5-6 generations. I don't know how far y'all expect us to go back in order for us to be able to hold on to some level of identity, as if Black Americans have not created and cultivated an entire culture that is consisted of people, food, music, entertainment that has transformed the world and influenced not just Black people in the diaspora, but also people all over the world. This is not the flex y'all keep thinking it is. And it's just cringy at this point. Like, what?
Well spoken to that sister right there. And see, this is what I encourage and want to see more sisters doing. I can't wait to see more sisters start creating platforms, man. That way they going at these tether winches. Because see, look, I don't care about going at the tether winches. I go after the men and the women, just saying. Everybody ain't got the balls that I have, though. I don't care how mad they get or what they call me. But I really want to see more sisters breaking down facts like that and challenging them and putting them helpers back in their place. Because see, for far too long, as a collective, we've been too quiet about it. Which brings me to this little old goof troop looking bastard right here. I'm going to play what he had to say. And then I'm going to go ahead and let you know my thoughts on this. Because a lot of people sent this to me. Well, you got your wish. Because I'm going to let you know what I think about it. Let's let him talk.
This one's going to get rough. Okay? I am here to rebuke the Black people who live in 2023, in the 21st century, and talk about slavery constantly as if it happened to you, as if you were on some slave ship somewhere.
Motherfucker, it did happen to me because I carry the same blood of my ancestors. So whatever is in this blood, it happened to me. See, this little old ignorant peanut head fucker right here, he fled from whatever country he's from. And because he's a coward, he wants us to engage in cowardice too. Nah, I'm a grown man. You a little boy. Only little boys run away from their homeland and never go back to build. See, when you up under men, men face threats head on. That's what men do. Apparently, he skipped all lessons on manhood or never came across them because listen to the fear in his voice. See, this is the thing. A lot of people thought that it was anger that he was expressing. No. I know a punk when I hear one. All of this is fear in his voice. You gonna make these white folks mad. Just come out and say that, little old bitch ass nigga. with that little old goofy, fucked up haircut you got. What the hell is that on top of that boy's head? Before he even opened his mouth, you could tell he wasn't one of us. Looking like a little merman from a damn Castlevania video game series or something. I'm gonna let this bitch ass nigga continue talking though. I ain't done with his ass.
As if you were on some plantation somewhere. You who hasn't even lived 40 years. You who doesn't even remember what life before the internet looked like. You who lives in the softest, most comfortable age in the history of the human race. You who lives in rich countries with rights and opportunities that most human beings on this earth cannot even fathom.
You who fled from your homeland and refused to go back and live like a parasite off my people. You with that fucked up haircut, which you shouldn't have never came outside with and took that hoodie off your head. You with that boy, see, Matt, boy, just listen to him, man. They really do think they be getting us told when they come out the gate with that fear, because there's a bunch of fear in his voice. You can hear his voice trembling, man. Look at his eyes, man, all big and scary. See, what it is, they getting scared because we're getting closer to these reparations. They get scared when we rebel and fight back against the system of white supremacy politically. They get scared when we rebel against it and we have to take to these streets to get justice. They get afraid because they're like, hey, you're going to get me deported. What if they think I'm one of you? This is why they have to put on that performative cooning like this little buck dancing bastard right here. And whoever he is, whoever you are, if you listen, let me tell you something, dude. You are the ultimate disgrace to every one of your people wherever you came from. Because see, the men from the era where they were fighting back to get their freedom over there in those African and Caribbean nations, you are a disgrace to their entire bloodline. You imagine the likes of a Shaka Zulu or the likes of a Descent over to, I can barely talk because I'm trying to go in on this damn tether. Imagine Dessalines, man, looking at this guy right here. Imagine Patrice Lumumba. Imagine, the Winnie Mandelas. Okay, I can name on and on from whether across the continent or down in Jamaica or Haiti. Imagine those types of people having to look this coward in the face. See, this is what when I look at history, I often think about our ancestors, man. I often think about, okay, the way that I'm carrying myself as a foundational Black American, would my ancestors be ashamed of me or would they be proud of me? These people don't have no connection to their history or their culture. Why they always talking about all this culture they have, you can't really tell because they don't never stand up for nothing. How you gonna be proud of your culture when you get over here and run away from home and then you don't even try to fight against no type of injustice you see? You just huddle up on in a corner like a little bitch and start looking at the people that are fighting the injustice as if we the problem. But I'm gonna tell you something, boy. You procreate with this right here, man, you twice the fool it take to be one. Let's let him continue.
And you spend your life crying daily about slavery as something that had nothing to do with you. Some of you even want free money, right? Somebody should come and give you free money because some person who had nothing to do with you was enslaved in Cuba 400 years ago.
Your people been getting free shit since they immigrated over here, ran their little flea bag asses over here. You don't have a problem with free shit when it's benefiting your people, huh? And first of all, when it comes to reparations, because that's what he wanted to say, when it comes to reparations, ain't nothing free about that. That's an old debt with interest steady collecting, and they gonna pay that damn debt, little tether boy. You're mad because you know that you're not gonna qualify for none of that, though. You can keep being mad because you ain't seen nothing yet. We're not gonna let our foot off the gas, man. See, unlike you that ran, little old tether boy, foundational Black Americans stay here and build and produce justice. Something that your women don't know nothing about because your little bitch ass keep running from the problems over there in your homeland. Oh, I'm going there with it. I'm going to make sure he wear this badge of shame tonight.
Shut up and sit down. I hear this crap all the time. And listen, if any one of you wants to come and deal with me on this one, bring it. I want all the smoke with you. You know who you want, right? You, yeah, slave. Bring it. Shut up and sit down.
See, that goofball, notice what he closed out with. Shut up and sit down. No, we don't shut up and sit down because, see, most of you can be over there in your countries where you're the majority, and that's all they got to do is look at you in a harsh way, and you do shut up and sit down. Our people come from a bloodline of rebellion. We don't do the shut up and sit down. No, these are men. You have no place amongst this. And I'm going to keep saying that. Look, family, before we end this broadcast tonight, that's something I want all the men in here to get accustomed to doing. Stop treating them like they're other men. That is coward behavior. They're the equivalent of children in my eyes. You're not over here in the manhood category with me when that's how you talk. You's a punk. I can't respect you. Because, see, if they had any sense, they would look at the words of this elder right here. And I want to read this to y'all, man. And shout out to my brother Red Joker here for this quote. I saw this over on his Twitter page. I said, you know what? I need to present this in the broadcast tonight. Let's read this. If you are emotionally attached to your tribe, religion, or political leaning to the point that truth and justice become secondary considerations, your education is useless. Your exposure is useless. If you cannot reason beyond petty sentiments, you are a liability to mankind. That is Dr. Chuba Okadigbo. Okay? See, that I think that's a Nigerian elder there. You see that? You see that? That's what they need to start looking at, family. Hey, and salute to her, the sister there, a little country land. She said his hairline is panda dead. Oh, wow. Woo, boy. Hey, you can tell that sister got some jokes, boy. Hey, she right though. His hairline owes us a debt with that cowardly behavior he keep coming amongst us with, man. See, family, we're going to have to tighten up on these tilters, man. We're going to have to check them every chance they get. They getting frustrated and irate because they know we're getting closer to our goal. And it makes them look ashamed because they had to flee where they came from. And they know that, okay, if we get our act together here, that's going to inspire other on-code brothers and sisters around the world to go ahead and go after what they're owed. And then that's going to make them look like the cowards that just flee and run. Because see, this is what they really fear. When that time comes, and it's coming, that's going to isolate them as the ones who are the cowards that they're not going to fight and stand up for nothing. That's what they're really afraid of. That's why he wants us to sit down and shut up. Nah, boy, you go sit down and shut up. Family, I'm going to leave it right there. And before we close, as always here, I want to encourage you to come to the Foundational Black American Expo that's going to be held in Dallas, Texas, May 27, 2023. Starting time is 10 a.m. It's going to be different empowerment workshops, different speaker panels. It's going to be food vendors. You can sign up at fbaexpo.com. That's fbaexpo.com. And it's going to be held at the Black-owned Black Academy of Arts and Letters. Come on out and fellowship with your people. I hope everybody got something informative from this broadcast tonight. I hope you learned the importance of recognizing and countering the ops, especially those amongst us. It's easy to deal with the external ops. We got to start dealing with these internal ops. And the more we get together on code and do that and stand strong in our lineage and start putting our people first so that we can be in an empowered state, it'll be easier and easier to neutralize these threats. With that said, salute to everybody that joined us over here tonight. Black first, salute. I will see you all in future content.